What's up, YouTube? All right, we're recording. We're there. We're good. What's up, guys? Wow, come on, guys. Have a little more energy.
Woo! It was a long weekend.
All right, let me go ahead and get the music set up and stuff so y'all just kind of chill out for a little bit while I get that going.
Should have had that going in the beginning.
Well, listen, there was a lot to set up because we literally tore the whole set down to take it only to bring it back and set it back up.
How many hours of sleep do you think all we got? Like all weekend?
Well, enough to function.
Let's see, over what, 4 days?
The first night was like 3.5.
Yeah.
Cold sleep. Really cold.
Shivering.
That
it
was
was funny. I was like, we should take bets on how many hours we slept. I don't really know. I probably slept more than all y'all. For sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Jeff gets up an hour after everybody else, at least.
I just usually, I would just wake up, look down the hallway, see if anyone else is awake. I'd be like, nope, no one's awake.
That's what I did.
Back to bed.
It was like, who was going to be the first one to wake up?
Usually when we're there, it's me and Megan, we get up and we'll start doing breakfast or something because we're already out there. But this time I was like, nah, I'll just wait for everyone to get up.
I always camp with Lindsay, so she always has the shade down and the door closed. So as far as I know, it could be noon, but it's pitch black in there. So I have no idea.
When Lindsay comes, like, she's the only one that's got me beat. She's always the last one out.
That's true.
I'm awake. I just don't want to be spoken to.
Oh.
I gotta have my
That's fair.
15 minutes of scrolling on social media.
Passenger princess.
Big facts.
Don't even talk to me. Yes, I'm awake. What do you want?
Like, Lindsay, you going to get up?
this-
She's like, no.
The second I
I
get
just
out of
imagine
bed,
Yzma waking up. It's better be good. With the cucumbers.
bro. The second I get up, I just the second I put my foot on the floor, getting out of the bunk, I'm getting bullied. Like, it's like, oh, look who finally woke up.
Right, yeah, because we all been awake, showered, everything, ate breakfast.
Bro, that was my goal.
Jeff's crawling out of like,
First thing I did, I woke up, shower.
looked like he's crawling out of a coffin because he's wearing a hoodie, a beanie.
Bro, y'all keep it cold as all get out. In
Bro,
that
it's crisp.
freaking thing, bro. And then Lewis is like, bro, you're cold. I'm hot. I'm sweating. I'm not even sleeping with a blanket.
You
And
know
I'm
why?
Like,
I'll
because
tell
he
you
had
why.
those foam freaking things
That's
under
it.
the sheet, and I didn't even know about them.
For
And he
some
had two
reason.
of them and didn't even give me one.
He
That
had,
that memory foam we have in there is so hot. I always take it out before we go.
yeah.
And I was laying in there.
Somebody
and I'm
didn't
like,
tell
man,
Jeff.
I'm cold. I'm a cold boy.
Well, now you know. Grab the memory.
Yeah.
foam.
Next
Kuzman,
time.
to answer your question, not really, because some people leave. Like for the 500, it can be a little crazy, which is why we wait for the next day.
Yeah.
But on Saturday, for the Saturday night race, it's typically not bad. Not too bad.
I'm happy.
I
Sometimes
don't
I
know.
got to send Matt out into the road to block us if it gets rained out,
Yeah.
but not too
Sometimes we got to call the tow truck because we're stuck.
bad. Yeah.
This is a fun fact.
Today might have been the
First
smoothest.
Daytona trip, battery did not die.
Yay! And we drove away with no issue.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is probably the smoothest departure from Daytona.
I think the whole trip was like everything
Smooth
went.
sailing, man.
Everything went great. The weather was really good. Everything went really good.
Yeah, it was a little blazing once you get around the 1-2 o'clock mark, but other than that,
That's when you get in the pool.
I apologize that this is taking so long.
Speaking about that-
I'm having audio problems, so
Hey,
just keep
I'm
going
getting a
until I
whole
get it
list
fixed.
together.
Can
Stuff
they hear us on YouTube?
for
Everything's good on YouTube. I just don't have.
okay.
I can't play audio for some reason.
Oh, you should play audio.
the nights
Well,
were nice.
I'm working on it. So
The nights were nice. They weren't too humid.
You mean the mornings?
Well, yeah.
Facts.
5 o'clock. Good morning.
Our
Bro,
best.
so
Good
many
morning.
people were so mad. We should save it. Save
Yeah,
it
it
for
was
the
like-
podcast.
Yeah,
Good
we'll
morning.
save it. Good morning.
We did pretty good. I think what was our best night was
It's like
5 a.m.
12:05.
5.
Went to 5 once.
It's because we went over to we went
Mark's.
party a little more.
Yeah, we went to Mark's and hung out and got to see some old friends. That was fun.
We abused DJ with the walking.
We really did.
it was, I mean, yes.
It wasn't that bad, but we found rides,
but
and
DJ
then we just drive
sucked
by
it
and be like,
up,
"Oh, they'll
though.
find
like,
us."
DJ sucked it up. He was like, "Man, my ankle like
Oh, he
really
did.
hurts."
DJ
And
was
then
a
he would say
trooper.
he would say it like once and then like not complain
And dude,
about it
it's
until the next day.
It bothers me. It's really bad in the mornings, but it bothers me the entire day.
Yeah.
There's nothing
I
I,
think
can
you
do
knew-
about
What's
new
really
ankle, bro.
funny is
it.
me.
Yes.
So me and Matt have been going for a while, and Jeff too. And so like we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we see somebody driving by that we know. If they got 2 or 3 empty seats, we
Hey,
jump
you
on
get
and
right.
make the rookies walk.
Hey, Kuzman, I just saw your comment. Don't worry, it's right here.
Hey.
Go ahead and read. This is awkward because I can't get.
I'm
audio.
drinking coffee.
Quote unquote.
The delay there.
It's a coffee mug, bro.
Open. Let me try opening it with something different. Maybe something else will play it. It's literally
I'm
not
actually
playing
drinking
audio
coffee.
for some reason. It's not coming over to the.
I know you poured Bailey's on it. Can't lie.
No.
I don't think we even have
It
any.
has something to
I'm
do with
good.
my sound output.
I'm-
No, we
straight.
don't. I don't.
No.
ugh.
Yeah, Bailey's is too much.
Really, is way
Josh
too
tried to
much.
get me to do one of those Irish car bombs once,
Oh,
bro.
God.
I couldn't handle it. I was like, this is disgusting. Not
Wait,
for me.
You don't like a heavy dark beer, a shot of whiskey, and curdled
Well, Jake
milk
doesn't
No.
like beer.
drink? Wow,
Jake,
really?
Jake
Oh.
doesn't like beer in the first place, so that's like obviously just not going to be a good one for him. Especially if it's like a Guinness.
Just throw some cottage cheese in my
Hold
cup.
on.
But
Everyone's
see, I
stopped.
like Irish car bombs. 'cause
Everyone
I like
stop for a
Guinness,
second?
so.
Yeah. Okay. We're good. Okay. So I'm getting audio to the computer. It's just not getting to the mixer. So okay. Sorry.
Have you
continue.
tried turning it on and off again?
But yeah,
No,
man.
not while we're alive. So I don't know about that. Let's see. It should be an output device.
No, it was. I guess we'll probably go into it in the YouTube since you're having problems. But,
Yeah. Go for it. At this point.
peppermint schnapps with coffee.
Who said that?
Kuzman.
Bro, I actually bet you that's not bad.
What?
Peppermint schnapps with coffee?
Just like
I
Mom
don't
used to
know.
make.
Output.
Dang, man. I bet
No,
you
we
that's so good.
we did have a really. I guess let's go ahead and talk about the camping a little bit.
Do you want to?
Yeah. Go for
Yeah,
it.
why not?
Okay.
If they want to hear it on the podcast, you got to come on YouTube to hear the camping review.
Yeah,
I mean, how long are you gonna be?
Well, I don't know because I have,
Okay, so-
I have no idea.
We don't know.
We did have 2 rookie campers with us, which is a blast if you know anything about the Daytona.
If you
infield.
guys want, we could just say screw the music this week and just
what your intro music?
yeah,
Oh, forget about it.
We
Whatever.
can just sing it.
because I can start rolling. Like we can start recording. That way we don't have to say this twice.
Oh, you want to put up the caution tape?
Yeah.
I probably should for today.
We'll put it on.
Oh, DJ, you want to wear it?
No, I got to put it on the
Where's
computer because the
Nate's?
computer's just not working
Where's
right
yours?
Nate threw his away.
now. Nate got it.
Put it on the hat, bro. Put it how you put your bandana.
It's perfect. It's right here on the computer because the computer deserves it. Right now, the computer's being my rookie.
Lindsay says we got to explain it. So the deal is when you're a rookie
really
at Daytona, they make you wear a caution tape sash so everybody can recognize you and antagonize you the entire time.
Yep, you get bullied.
It's hazing, basically.
It's hazing.
It's pretty close.
It's what I would imagine hazing.
You know how like there's Hell Week for like initiates and stuff like that. Like, that's very much what it's like.
Get the
People
take out
will come around, will be hanging out. People yell at you to start picking up trash off the ground.
Like
Make
Matt.
you move their trash can closer
Matt
to their
taking
spot.
Matt took my drink and just threw it and was like, "Go get another one." I'm like, "All right."
As soon as we showed up, in turn 3, Mark was like,
I don't
"Hey, I need you
remember
two to go get those 2 trash cans and bring them over here.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
go get those trash cans."
so
over
what
here.
happened was they were like,
Hold on, but seriously, do we want to record this before? Because
Yeah, all right, let's go ahead. Let's
okay.
go ahead.
Let's go.
we're just gonna do a really
we'll get
ghetto
back to
intro.
it.
Should I go ahead and do my intro so that way we can like still make this somewhat official?
You don't have intro music at all?
I can't figure out why. I
I can
think
just hold my phone right here.
we can make this super ghetto. All
my
right,
God.
let's just go. Let's go for
We
it.
could just beatbox the intro.
Go for it, Jeff. Go for it. And there we go. We're live and recording. Here we go. The playoffs are set, and we have our top 16. We talk about our time there, and someone went down on and off the track, and we are here for the speed.
What's up? I like how you still flexed or reached over like to turn up the
I
volume.
did. It freaked me out.
All right, I think it's enough.
All right, what's up, guys? My name is DJ. I'm with Here for the Speed. I'm joined by...
I'm Jacob, part-time crew member now for DGM.
yeah.
Gang.
Still Matthew, Brad Keselowski fan, RFK fan,
Although it's becoming a Bush fan now.
race winner fan. So,
All right.
who's next?
What's up? It's Nate.
Why you get so quiet,
Bro, you are the loudest one of us. And then literally anywhere else. And then it's on the podcast like, hello, everybody. Thank you
Bro,
for coming
I
listening to
screamed
the
so
Smooth
much
Jazz
during
by
the
Nate.
race.
Bro, literally.
My voice is done, bro.
I'm a little hoarse.
Like, I had a phenomenal time, bro. It's good to be back.
Good to be back, man.
It's just
What's
Jeff.
up? It's just Jeff.
All right. So, we had a good time. Sorry that the intro music was a little different this week. We're having technical problems. And instead of just going live and staying live on YouTube for so long, we figured, hey, let's just go ahead and just roll with it. So it's a little ghetto today, but We all right. So we're talking about the race that happened last night and the weekend. So we were actually in Daytona. We camped out there. We pretty much camp there every single time Daytona comes up. So we camped out there this time. So what did you guys think of the weekend? Like, let's just kind of do a quick highlight, and then we'll go back to where we were talking.
I think this was the best August / what used to be July weekend I have ever attended, and especially ever camped. Weather, racing, phenomenal. Everything about it was, perfect.
Yeah, no, it was really cool being able to get back to the track. We had a lot of friends. We met a lot of new people. But just kind of being able to reconnect and just, find your old buddies that we were hanging out with in February, and now we're coming back. Oh, yeah, how you guys doing? What's new? Just catching up.
It is like a family reunion.
It kind of is. It's getting to that point where we're learning and we're being able to meet a lot more people. So, it's always a blast.
I had a phenomenal time, man.
This is your first time?
It's my first time.
First time ever at Daytona. DJ's been to Daytona, but
I've
never been to Daytona.
To a Daytona race.
Yeah.
So it was like I got literally the full experience of everything.
Yes, you did.
And it was incredible.
Quote unquote. No,
incredible.
you didn't.
There was so much hospitality, even from all the workers, like coming into the tunnel. One of our posts on TikTok, like, kind of just took off. A bunch of people that were commenting.
I still don't know how that thing took off, because it's not like as far as the video goes, it's like, oh, cool, we're driving into a tunnel.
Yeah, but it's just like the excitement of like going to a Daytona race, just like the energy, even from the crowd. So many people. It was incredible, man.
Bro, I got to add on to that, man. You had a great weekend, but you lucked out. You got to experience Daytona when you get rain delayed. And rain delay. That's different. That hits different.
Ask Lewis.
Yeah.
You got to sit there hiding underneath the grandstands with pouring rain, trying to find a dry spot because it leaks everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I thought this is by far the smoothest Daytona trip that we've ever done. Since we've started doing the turn one thing, we've pretty much got this whole thing down to a science at this point. But, no, it was a lot of fun. Good to see all the Daytona homies. I always say that it's like a summer camp where you see the same people every year.
I like that.
It's like summer camp. Where you see adult summer camp where you get to see all the same people all the time, and it's like, we have like the whole Facebook page where you get leading up to it, you get to build the hype a little bit. It's like, I'm so excited to see everyone and like all this and that.
Oh, the Daytona camping page.
The pool bar page,
the
and
pool
then
bar page,
a bunch of other people. But no, it was good, man. It was good. We had a lot of fun. A lot of fun memories, a lot of cool stories, a lot of cool media and pictures taken. So like we'll be sharing those. So
it was pretty good. We pretty
DJ,
much had the full experience. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
So this was my first time camping at like an actual race. So I camped to it was a Clash.
It was a Clash weekend.
2019, somewhere around there.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
it was before COVID, so I think it was 19.
Was it the one Jimmy won?
It was a quick.
I don't remember, to be honest.
No, it's the one Eric Jones one where you
yeah,
he's driving a
pushed
trash can across
one.
the freaking finish line.
The best race.
Hamlin basically pushed him across. So so this is the first time like camping, watching the race and everything like that, and it's pretty crazy. Oh, Lindsay says it was February 2020, so it was right before COVID.
Yeah.
So that was super cool. It was a lot of fun. Hanging out with everybody, especially like because you guys like knew all these people, and we've even like met them through like the show and stuff like that. So like it was finally cool to like actually like meet them.
Put the face.
It
in
was
the
really
names.
funny. Like Mark, for example, like I don't know if you're listening now, but like Mark, we've chatted and like we got talking. He's like, "Yeah, I heard that you were moving," and I'm like, "This is kind of creepy." Like I've never met you before, and you know that I moved. And like all of a sudden, I'm like, so like yeah, that was kind of surreal to a point, but yeah, like it was super cool. Everybody there, Mark, super cool. Got to meet him. Like I said, a lot of the people we met, there was really everybody there. I was commenting to somebody. I'm like, it amazes me every time I come here just how it is literally like a big family.
Yeah.
Like literally
really
everybody.
is.
You'll find some randoms walking by and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And like they just come over and just start talking to you, and you just hanging out. Like it's everybody's buddies. Like everybody is buddies.
It is crazy. The in 3-4 days the relationship you can build with people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like we have some friends there. I mean, like very, very close, and we share life moments together. We're friends outside that we met at the racetrack, and it's outside, so our lives are all now intertwined. And it's just so that way when you do finally see them after 6 months, it's awesome. Or even like Jennifer, we shot her a text like, hey, you coming to Atlanta? We're gonna be there tomorrow, and she drops whatever she's doing and gets in her car and
Oh,
drives
yeah.
all the way to Atlanta. You know, it's just stuff like that. It's just incredible. Super
Kuzman,
fun.
you're next, bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You're next. Get
Yeah.
down here. We got some.
We got some stuff for you.
Kuzma the rookie.
Oh, that poor
Oh,
man.
man.
We'll have to do a special segment just like labeled Kuzman's rookie season and just
Probably.
vlog the whole thing.
Kuzman the rookie. Dude,
Probably
we
knows
should
about
we
the
talked
Lord.
about making the koozies, the Kuzman koozies. We should make his koozie like
Caution
caution
tape.
tape
Oh,
koozie. That'd be awesome.
That'd be epic, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot of fun. As far as like the weekend in general, obviously we got there Wednesday night. We were there until basically this morning. We pulled out and got back here. So we got to see the Xfinity race and the truck, or not the truck race. Sorry, that's Milwaukee, and the Cup race. And we had a couple of days where we kind of just walked around, kind of just chilled out and stuff like that, and it was a lot of fun. So let's start moving into talking about like the anything with that weekend. Like, what was probably like, okay, so Nate, let me ask you this question. Since this is your first one, what was probably the biggest thing that surprised you?
Biggest thing that surprised me was probably that, honestly, the wreck, because it was honestly, I've been to already Talladega, Atlanta, but it was crazy. Talladega, there was not one caution.
Just the stages.
Yeah, there was
Just the stages.
there was a reason for that, but yeah.
And it was like after, and then at Atlanta, there was like very small. Bubba had wrecked, like spun out, remember?
On the backstretch
yeah, in
or
the
something?
backstretch. And then there was that incident with Larson, but I hadn't really seen a wreck. And it was my
Got a
first
couple
time
this
this
weekend.
weekend seeing
Yeah.
multiple wrecks.
Specifically, like the Blaney wreck, where like everything, like the whole field
Oh,
wrecked
my
almost right in
goodness.
front of us.
And then, of course, the Ryan Priest wreck, thank God.
Scary,
he's-
ain't it?
He's doing better now, and
Yeah,
man,
for
just
sure.
to know that he's doing all right, man, that was scary.
Yeah, we'll talk about that wreck a little bit, so don't go too far into it. But
Yeah.
real quick, Kuzman, he said he would gladly wear caution tape and use the caution tape koozie because it means he'd be in Daytona.
There you go.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I mean, obviously being your first time, like and stuff like that, coming here, it was a pretty wild experience. I think you could say that. You had the highs and lows all weekend.
Oh man, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Much fun. I'm super tired. Like
We know. we
we
could tell.
walked. I think I've walked the most I've walked in a long.
I probably
time.
walked
yeah.
more this weekend than I have in like the
just to
last
get
like 6
from
months.
like in the infield, like just walking around and.
Hey,
Now
you don't do Daytona right unless you got a few blisters.
Now you
Dude,
understand.
Daytona is a demanding vacation.
Yes.
It is a demanding vacation.
now you
barely-
understand
it's
why we're
barely a
trying to
vacation.
get a golf cart there.
For real.
I slept more the week before Daytona than I did at Daytona, and I still slept more than everyone here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's saying something.
That is. So, all right. So let's move on to talking about like
Wait. What was your favorite part of the trip?
Yeah.
Well, what
I hadn't really
surprised
thought-
you the most?
To,
You had a
See,
little
it's-
bit of experience.
Yeah, I was just that's the problem is like I already have like a little bit of experience there. Honestly, I guess I would just say like how I was saying how friendly everybody was. Like how it's literally everyone is like family.
Yeah.
Like
What?
literally, so we're like walking through the infield, literally, and like going from one spot to the other, and literally we'll just like run across people that we're just like, hey, and just start talking to you. You make a conversation with people. Am I interrupting
No,
something?
go.
No, I'm just thinking.
Even like walking through the tunnel, just like everybody just
Honking
honking,
and stuff.
baby, like, hey.
Yeah, everybody's just having a great
actually,
time. Everybody's
that-
just so excited to
That
be
does
there.
kind of
So
get me
much
into
fun.
like where we were walking around at one point. It was late. It was late. It was like 12 o'clock, 12:30 or something. We're walking,
Yeah, it
and
was like
Matt starts going up to everybody just like, "Good morning, good morning, good morning."
It was like
Everybody starts
12:40 in
getting
the
so
morning.
annoying.
Bro, what's funny is
We were
like
just starting the night, and we were just, hey, good morning, and they're just looking at me.
what's funny is almost everybody was just responding back, "Yeah, good morning." Like it was a little weird, but like they were just like, "Yeah," like they just went along with it. Like it was super
Hey,
cool.
they started their morning off right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the campers appreciated it, but the people leaving the Xfinity race were just like,
Get
like,
outta
like when
here.
they were the people that would actually park in the infield and they're trying to get out and they're stuck in all this traffic, and Matt would look at them and just be like, "Hey, good morning," and they'd just be like, "Bro, it's
We're done.
nighttime."
For sure. All right.
The summer race, because of how late the races are, do tend themselves to some late nights.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I think like the Cup race didn't end until almost 10:30, 11,
Yeah.
and then I think Xfinity was not maybe a.
I don't even know
little
what
slower.
time it is.
Well, there's
'cause we didn't get
usually
out of there
so
till
much.
late.
That's true.
There's usually so much going on during the day that it's like, oh, I want to go hit fan zone. I want to go hit the midway. I'm going to go do all these things, or I'm going to go say hi to this person or this, that, and the other. You don't really get to like hang out with your buddies until like after the race.
I will say this is the first
A lot
time I
of the
don't
time.
think I went to the midway, or I didn't go to like the haulers, the merch haulers.
we didn't yet.
We didn't have time. Like there was
Yeah.
so much else to do on the
I
infield.
think Nate's got some stuff to say.
Yeah,
about
Nate's a little salty about not getting to the midway.
that. We were vibing too hard.
Yeah,
That pool was too good.
man, we got
Bro.
that bag of ice in there. It was just,
So at our campsite, we literally had like a little inflatable pool, and this thing we had me, Jake, and Nate in this thing. You could maybe fit one more of us in there.
Not,
That
com-
was
not comfortable.
and not comfortably. 3 was already like we were kicking each other and stuff like that. It's like next thing I know, I'm like holding Nate's hand. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, bro. Like, sorry.
Jake was like lounging in that thing. He's like, I gotta.
I know.
I was
in.
neck deep, man. Y'all better get out of the way.
it was
I'm stretching
And
out.
bro, we got in there and then we're like, it's fine, man. Like we're just chilling out there. We have a canopy over it, so like it's hot and the water's even hot, but like it's so relaxing. There's a nice breeze. Then this dude in the ice truck rolls by, and we're like, hey, let's get some ice. Dump that thing of ice in there, and it instantly changed the entire feel of the pool. It cooled it right
Really?
down.
Because we did that. I think we did that last year, and I think we bought 2 bags of ice. I was like,
It
There's
really
two
did
little
not.
ones. That big one made a big difference.
I was
It
like, this thing
honestly-
did not make
Honestly,
any difference.
two bags would have really made a difference, but one did make a difference.
Bro.
And that was
best $10 bag of ice
Right?
I've ever
Heck
Bro, that
yeah,
sucker
that's
was-
the best
that was
$10 I
amazing.
spent all weekend.
Bro,
Yeah.
Jennifer looked at us. She's like, y'all are dumb. You just wasted that. I'm like, they liked it. I don't know what to tell you.
we did
Like,
not waste that. That went to very good use.
That thing felt amazing.
And so like that, and then so the problem with Nate was we were like, he's like, yeah, I want to go to the midway. I want to get some merch and stuff like that. And then next thing we know, it's like, man, this pool feels really good. And then it's like, oh, we got to go. The Xfinity race is going to be soon. And then we're like, oh, we don't have time. So sorry.
you would have had
your
time.
way to the stands.
You would have had time.
If you didn't forget your
Forget
innings.
your in-ears halfway there.
Hey, we still made it work. We still got the merch.
We
and
did.
it got it signed, bro.
Yeah, we
that's
did.
that's hard.
Which
By Byron
you wouldn't,
himself.
you probably wouldn't have had we done with your plan.
Ooh.
It's true.
See, bro?
So look at the positives.
So you're welcome.
yeah,
You're welcome.
You're welcome for taking too long.
It's true.
Bro, he was raging.
He was so mad. Oh, it was hilarious because we walked all the way over the midway and we're like, bro, we got to go back. We have to go. And so like we had to go and we get on the tram and we drive right by our campsite. And he's like, I literally just spent 30 minutes walking in this heat, literally just so I could drive right by our campsite.
Hey, if there was one constant on this trip, it was Nate reminding us how hot it was.
That's true.
Hey,
Like-
listen,
like
man,
we
I'm a
didn't know.
northerner.
we didn't know.
All
And,
right, Northerners like the cold.
Hey, listen, man. I'm just saying it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been.
No, the nights were nice and breezy.
Yeah,
That
dude.
There was one that
felt-
was a little
Muggy.
muggy, but it wasn't too
It
bad.
made it such a nice experience. Just the breeze at night, it was nice, man. It
I
was
I
great.
know it wasn't that bad because you didn't have that moment throughout the weekend somewhere where you're like, I think I might pass out.
Yep.
It's really hot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel right.
That's
So
true.
it never got
No,
to
that's
that
pretty
point.
chill.
So
All right, let's move on to our Xfinity race recap. So we'll have a couple different things about the Xfinity race we'll talk. Let's first talk about like what do we think of the overall race. I'm gonna start with you guys, and then we'll jump to you guys last.
sure.
When I say you guys, I mean we'll start with Jeff.
Yeah, sure. I thought it was good. It is your standard Daytona kind of setup where it's like, okay, you're gonna kind of ease into it a little bit. Stage 1 might be a little tame, and then this end of stage 1, competing for stage points and stage wins and stuff like that. It's gonna get a little exciting, and then it's gonna go back down and get dull for most of stage 2, and then kind of come out and kind of rock the end of stage 2 for points and like get exciting for a couple minutes, and then last 30 laps. It's gonna be good. So very standard. I actually was talking to Lewis about this, and I said, I felt like they started getting a little crazier sooner than I expected. Normally it's like a 20 to go, kind of like what we saw with the Cup race where they started kind of breaking out and started doing stuff. But it was like 30 to go when they started going. So
it is
at least
kind of
during
crazy.
Xfinity.
You either get just hard racing the whole time, or you get it's super tame until the end,
Yeah.
and it just breaks. I mean, all hell breaks out.
Yeah,
it
so-
just goes crazy.
But I thought an Xfinity race, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was one of the better August Xfinity races in a long time. But yeah, no, I thought it was good. It was exciting.
One thing I noticed was handling was a premium.
Yeah.
In the Xfinity cars. I mean, when they get 3 wide, especially the tri-oval, from where we were sitting, me and Matt were on pit road, and I mean, they were just sideways. I mean, crazy. So I wasn't shocked when they had that big wreck on the tri-oval. We knew it was coming because you see the guy in the bottom wash almost all the way to the middle and squeeze them all out coming out of the tri-oval. Like, we knew it was coming.
Where we could see straight down all the way to turn 4, and you could see, like, if they were bumping, like, you could see them just wiggling. Like, they're just getting bumped and just wiggling. So you knew they were pretty loose.
Yeah, the handling was crazy.
I think the only other notable thing, or at least for me, is, Trevor Bayne was actually in this race.
Yeah, and was doing real good,
Yeah,
too.
Trevor Bayne was in this race. And
Trevor Bayne was driving like a madman.
Yeah.
But
and it was only his only his 3rd race of the year because
he's
just
trying to get all he can.
Only part-time, and it's like, man, if we were doing I know you guys do, but like I know if I was a part of the Xfinity fantasy stuff, like he would have been my pick. I mean, he won the 500, in 2011, I think it was.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of experience here. He's really good at it. So, I mean, I don't know. I was impressed. I just thought, he kind of came out of nowhere, just sat down in that Gibbs car and just went.
Was gone.
So, yeah.
Yep. Nate, what'd you think?
Overall, the race was really, really good, man. Sorry, my voice is like,
bro. Ain't
when I
none
tell you I
of
was
us perfect
screaming,
right now.
dude. Especially like towards
You've been
the part
screaming
where,
all weekend.
Well, hey,
where
me
it
and
was
you were
like
sitting next
all
to
the
each other, and
Hendricks
we were both
cars.
like,
Dude,
like we were
all
going
the
crazy.
Hendricks cars when they were like back to back. I'm like, dude, this is crazy right now. Like, I'm like,
What'd you think about the Xfinity race, though?
oh, the Xfinity race.
Yeah, we're not doing cup yet.
Oh, I'm
we're
sorry.
not there.
Sorry. Yeah. So the Xfinity race was crazy too, man. There was a lot of action. I mean, there was moments where it was just like, they were like just going, but man, it was pretty wild to see.
I think to be honest, we talk sometimes about how like the Xfinity races usually are pretty exciting and almost always, and the Cups races are sometimes This I think was a weekend where they were both fairly similar as far as the action, as much as was happening. I think that just lends itself to that way. So it just depends. As far as like the Xfinity race, yeah, I thought same here. I mean, it was a good race. I think that amount of laps, I think it's 100 laps for the Xfinity race, is about perfect.
Yeah.
For creating some drama and creating that urgency, but also still having it, you still got to kind of have things play out. It's not like a mad dash or anything like that. So that was really good. I was really hoping it was really cool. It would have been really cool to see Trevor Bayne win. And then obviously he got messed up in that one wreck. So that, that kind of sucks for him. But I mean, all in all, it was a really good race. Obviously things played out the way they did, but it was good. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, pretty par for the course for Austin Hill to win that race. Super speedway guy, always up there. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, no, he didn't win.
No, he
Was it
didn't
not?
win.
No, he wrecked, I think.
Justin Allgaier won.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Seven
you're right.
Yeah, because we had
No,
guys,
I'm sorry.
guys
I'm-
having
Did you
was
watch
close.
the race?
Nah, bro. It was the whole weekend was a blur for me, bro.
Dude, there were some guys in our stands
no,
that
he
were
was-
just down the way. They were chanting Mayo. They're like, Mayo, Mayo.
Oh, God.
Mayo. I don't
Yeah,
think they
no.
knew who Allgaier was.
No, you're right. But yeah, he was up there the whole time though. But
No,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, with Austin Hill, I mean, he got into an accident.
He got caught
Austin
up, yeah.
Hill, Sheldon Creed, and the Toyota drivers, they were just running. It was no competition, and then they all wrecked each other. So
Yeah.
it be what
Exactly. So, all right. So let me throw it over to Matt and Jake. So you guys actually got a chance to work with a team. We've gone to the shop a couple times and stuff like that. Worked there, but they actually had you come and actually help them out a little bit on the track. So you guys were on pit road. So if you guys see any of the content that we've been posting on our socials, on YouTube or anything, that's a lot of that's coming from them, where they actually were helping out on pit road. And everything like that. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about the experience, just kind of the highlights and different things that kind of happened for you guys.
You want to start from the beginning of the week?
Might as well. Yeah,
All
I know
right.
you kind of started.
Yeah, so
started Monday. So
Monday and Tuesday night, we started prepping the Daytona car and a little bit of the Darlington car, but mainly just started prepping it. I mean, I could go into the details, but pretty much we worked on everything. every part of the race car, body, spoiler, in car, cockpit stuff, setup stuff, everything. You know, I will say right off the bat, I cannot thank DGM, especially Mario and Joe, for really taking us like under their wing. And just being just great people to go work for and go help out. It's just they teach us very, very well. I mean, we know nothing about working on race cars, let alone real cars. Like, you know, like so for them to kind of just teach us from the ground up and just how nice they are with the whole thing is just incredible. You know, so Monday, Tuesday I was there, and then Wednesday me and Matt both took off of work and we worked all day. You know, I mean, you worked on some painting the chassis stuff that they welded on some new parts.
Yeah, they had to get some new bumpers on there, some new the frame. I don't know what you call it, like the tie downs,
front clip kind of stuff.
Front clips kind of stuff, yeah. And it needed to be painted, and I love painting.
I'm gonna tell you a fun story. So Mario had mixed up this paint, and he had said,
okay, hold on. Who's Mario?
Mario is the team owner.
Got it. Okay.
Of the 91 and the 92 team for cars for
at
DGM.
36.
Part-time 36, yes. So Mario mixes up this paint, gets it all ready. I don't even know what this stuff is, but it is potent.
Strong.
And so Mario's like, yeah, we got to paint that bumper. And he takes the rag off after he had mixed it. And I got one whiff, and I was like, whoa, this stuff is hot.
Yep.
And Matt, we walk over with Matt and Mario. And Mario's like, yeah, we got to paint all this. And Matt's like, oh, I love painting. I'll do it. And I was like, bro, take it. And I just gave him the cup.
You did give it to me really quick.
I was like, here you go.
You just handed it right over. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can paint. And he showed me all the paint brushes. And I just started going to town. And on the Daytona car, the 91, it was easy. It was just a few little brackets he added in there.
We're just
Not a big deal.
touching up some stuff.
30 minutes tops. And he's like, all right, well, now that you're done with that one, we got to drop the engine in the Darlington car, and then once we get the engine in there, just feel free to just paint that one too. I said, all right, not a problem. So I helped. We got the engine in there, dropped the engine and transmission with Jack and Rusty. Got that in there, and then I laid down the mat, started painting. It took like 3 hours to paint the entire thing. I was laying down like Picasso, like painting the whole thing.
Not Picasso.
Who is it? Angelo?
Yes.
That guy.
Sistine Chapel.
Yeah. So I was painting it.
Redneck
Mario came over
Michelangelo.
like 2 hours later. He was like, you got this thing looking pretty good. I'm like, Mario, I ain't gonna lie, I've been sniffing these fumes a little too much here. I need a minute.
I just look over at Matt. Matt's just laying down, just looking up like he's staring into nothingness. I'm like, are you okay?
I'm like, oh man, it was potent.
Wait, what was the name you came up with?
Matt Casso.
Yeah, they started
Casso.
calling me Matt Casso. They're like, you're doing pretty good over here. I'm like, I'm trying my best. They're like, you got patience for this. That's great. They're like, we don't. So
that's why
that was
you're
pretty
here.
fun. So yeah, we were able to do that, and then just miscellaneous other things, putting the front bumpers on.
It was
like
super
that.
interesting in the Daytona car because we had done some other stuff like set some body panels and done some things like that. But it's interesting because while you were doing that, I was doing some of the final preparation stuff for the Daytona car, putting on the side skirts and just all these little detail stuff, putting the stickers on for the jack posts, and all these like getting the rear window off, putting the new name on, putting it back on.
Yeah, I was
all
totally
those different
oblivious to all
things.
that. I was
like
just painting.
it was so different than what we had done before. It was just the whole thing was just awesome, man. It was just incredible.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and DJ did such a great job of covering the whole thing with some of the media throughout the race.
Some of it, like
Well, some of it,
What are
like
you talking
before,
about? You're
like,
jumping.
no, I'm talking about the DGM stuff. Like when we were like
I wasn't
on pit
there.
road. Yeah, when we were on pit road.
You're jumping way ahead.
No, you talking
Oh,
about.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
that's
talking
what
about
you're
with all the
talking about.
videos and stuff.
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
the
but that was
videos and
Thursday.
stuff
What
like
was that?
that.
Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, like on pit road.
Yeah, we're
seeing-
still on Wednesday.
I know. Oh wait. Yeah. Wait. Hold on.
Jeff,
I'm
just
I'm
stop.
just gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
There's no Wednesday, but
You're good. You're good. Just
I'm
stop.
done.
so basically, going forward.
So, anyways, Wednesday we worked till about 6 o'clock. We pack everything. 5 o'clock, maybe. I don't know. We pack everything
Yeah.
up. We cruise
been a
over
long
to
weekend.
the RV, put all the stuff in the RV, and we head to Daytona. And we're there Wednesday night. Thursday morning, me and Matt had to go back because we're on the race team for this weekend. So we had to go back, be there Thursday morning at 12 o'clock, help roll the car through tech, help any final changes. Like there's so many things we learned.
which is very interesting.
you put-
Tech is interesting.
You have your own shocks, but then when you get there, NASCAR gives you shocks,
Yep.
and they seal the shocks.
Now that's only for super speedways, right?
I
couldn't
don't know.
tell you.
I don't know.
Okay,
bro.
I
I'm
don't
new
know.
I'll
here.
tell you the next one I go to. If we go through Tech again.
Yeah, if that's at Darlington or wherever we go next, like that. Yeah. But what else? Oh, it's super interesting watching them come in and put the restrictor plate on.
Yes, that was cool
So,
because they
again,
put in
same
a whole
thing. They have their
placeholder
own
and everything.
restrictor plates.
Yep.
But then they come because they tune the engine and get everything rolling on Wednesday night. I mean, they work late Wednesday. I don't even know what time they get done,
I actually asked him. He said 8:30, 9 o'clock. They were fully rolled up,
bro.
and we left at what 5:30.
That's every day for these guys. I'm
Some
telling you.
long
Commitment.
hours.
Hold on, time out. I have always been super critical, especially like when, and I love DBC, but when they always talk about how much the grind and how hard the grind is, dude, I feel it this week, and we did it for 1 week. We were on
Yeah.
Xfinity team for 1 week,
Oh, yeah.
basically.
And it wasn't like, I mean, I'm not trying to belittle or belittle what you guys did and stuff like that, but like you weren't like actual, like, I shouldn't say that.
Bro, I don't know. I worked
No.
my freaking butt
No,
off,
I know
bro.
you did, but I mean, like you're a part-time new guy. Like you're not like,
They kept me busy.
Oh yeah.
what am I trying to say?
I don't
Anyway,
know
I'm
what
just-
you're trying to say.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I would imagine if you were there every single week, you would have had even more to do, and it would have been even more than what you guys did. So
Yeah.
I feel like yours was still like only a taste of how bad it is.
It kind of depends. It's more like it's when I really talk about the grind, it's the late nights in the shop.
The length,
That's crazy. They work from 9 to 7, 8, 9 o'clock every night,
yeah.
every
if,
day.
If it's behind, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling up. We have to leave here by 3 o'clock to make it
They
to the race.
their
the next
night's
day.
sleep is on the airplane to the next track. I mean, it's crazy.
Crazy.
It is not for the faint of heart. It is a
No,
hard
and,
grind.
I mean, you can only imagine if you end up getting delayed a day or two. You know, for with like rain or weather
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Screws up
Throwing
the whole
up
schedule.
the next week, all the time you would have to get the cars ready. You know, we hear about them sometimes where it's like, oh, well, they have to get out because, you know, now they're going on the West Coast swing. We got to get these guys out of here. You don't really think about it because you're like, it's a week. But it's like, no, that adds
not.
up. Like, yeah.
Because like even when we were there after some of the road courses from Portland, we were there on like a Tuesday and the car wasn't even back yet.
Yeah. Some of those
Crazy,
those
man.
long runs, yeah. And then I mean they're working on other cars, you know, they kind of cycle them through, but still it's like
But
man,
it's even
just-
like while we were working on the Daytona car this week, there was still a lot of work happening on Darlington car next week.
oh yeah. I mean, we
You
did a
know?
pretty good job with the Darlington car. That thing
Oh, yeah.
got pretty
But-
far
but-
forward.
Pretty ready?
You know, huh?
No, sorry. Go ahead.
But I think one of the most interesting facts about being kind of in the garage and kind of working but not working, helping out. I think that's a better term. Just helping out, doing what you can and be useful is just, man, meeting all the new people because there's people we never even met before.
Yeah.
Usually at the shop we
Well,
hang out.
we only know what, Joe and Mario?
Joe and Mario and Rusty and Jack.
And Rusty doesn't go to many races.
Right.
So the only two people when we pull up are Joe and Mario. That's all I know.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. No. Now we got
I cannot tell you,
we got some
and
nice
I hope,
connections now.
I hope they listen to this. The way they brought us under their wing and like
Yeah.
brought us into the family.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Cool.
talking about the whole road team.
I couldn't ask for anything better.
We
Yeah.
were looking around the garage, and it's very prim, it's very proper, especially with the big teams. Nobody's talking to anybody. Nobody. It's just very. I don't know how to. It's just not.
Preppy. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know exactly the word to describe what that is, but this felt like family, like everybody coming in. Like I'm just
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you, it was the most incredible. Okay, you guys are here to help. Okay, hey, help me with this. You do this, and then you do that. Okay, show me how to do that because I've never done it. Okay, let me show you how to do that. And they taught us how to do stuff, and then just like, okay, we're good for a little bit. The car passed tech, you know, or let's say after qualifying, right? Mm-hmm. We did the qualifying, and it's like, hey, we got 2 hours of downtime. Let me show you where the food's at. Come on, let's go get some food. You know, Oreo is the freaking man.
Oreo's awesome. We got to meet
Joe
Oreo too.
Senior is the freaking man. Them guys took care of us two garage rookies. Like,
Wait, where was your caution tape?
dude, it was obvious.
It was extremely obvious. No, they were even Dalton going around doing all the tires.
Dalton was another great
Dude,
guy.
Dalton,
he was brand new to
straight up was-
GGM too.
He was teaching me stuff. He's like, "Come on, you want to come learn something?" I was like, "Sure." And we're just
Setting
hanging
tire
around, just
pressure
setting tire
and
pressure.
stuff.
Dude, he checks those tires like every 10 minutes.
That blew my mind.
Every time.
How
Those
often?
tires,
Catching air.
when
air,
you're in the
air.
garage, he's checking the air all the time.
Constantly.
All the time.
He'll take a
making
minute,
sure it's right.
take a breath, and be like, all right, I'm going to run through and check them again. Just that's on his mind.
But
at all
that's
times.
just not just him, right? That's a NASCAR thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's doing that. You see, like them little cans of air, they have a tire guy that is checking air pressure all the time.
Always.
Yeah.
That was the
It's
interesting
so
thing. We were
crazy.
running through, and he was noticing there was between stages of tech, he was noticing air pressure loss in some of the tires.
One of the tires.
One of the tires.
Right
It's
rear.
like from this point to this point, within a 15-minute span, we lost 10 psi. 10 pounds.
Yep.
And it's
That's a
like,
lot.
It's
yeah,
a lot.
I'm telling you, it's
Turns
crazy.
out the valve was bad.
valve it back, but that's why they check it.
But that's a
And
Goodyear
they
thing.
check it,
So
check it,
it's
check
so
it.
interesting to like they go grab NASCAR. Hey, look at this. This thing is bad. It was bent.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to go and get a new one and they could replace it and then
Yeah, because
repressurize
you're
it.
limited on the tires you can have.
Well,
Exactly.
you can't mess with the tires. You can't do anything with the tires. So like if you
So who-
they see you pulling out a
so
valve
do-
stem and playing with stuff, they're gonna throw a major red flag.
Yeah.
So,
So you anytime you touch anything, especially after tech, you have to go get an official to watch what you're doing.
I just out of curiosity, so that it's the tires though, not the rims. So they bring them to you without a rim.
So
How does that
every
work?
team has their own tires, and there's a company called Champion, and they take the tires and they pull all the Goodyears off, and it's a combination between Goodyear and Champion. They pull the tires off, they take the rims to Goodyear and put the new tires on, and then you go pick up your tires next week.
They're
Oh,
ordered.
okay.
They're pretty much like
I was gonna
ordered,
say
and you
'cause
go pick up
I
your
wondered
set.
how that would work, like because some cars obviously have like specially painted rims to match like.
Oh, yeah.
the speed
Everybody
and
has
stuff,
their own
so-
rims.
Okay, so that's how they do that. Okay.
And Champion and Goodyear are third party vendors that help receive all your stuff and prep it for the next race.
Okay, that's cool. So we're on
Thursday. Yeah, so we're
Okay,
kind of going
keep
through. We get everything set, and garage is closed. Literally, I kid you not. The second everything passed, all good. Roll it to the garage, back it up, tarp, close the garage.
Done.
5 minutes.
Another thing that was interesting,
Don't touch a thing.
going through the check process, every time you pass a station, you get a sticker that some kind of form of identification. So once you have your ride height set, they put a sticker over those holes to change the ride heights.
Yep. Do not
NASCAR
touch.
sticker. I thought about asking. I was like, "Hey, can I have one of those? Those are baller." But I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's not. That's gonna be terrible. They're gonna think I'm trying to cheat for the team or something." I'm like, I just want a cool gray sticker.
Bro,
wild.
they're sitting there thinking like this guy's thinking that we think he's rookie, but this is they hired this guy to be a fall guy.
But hey, I'm telling you, if something happened, we might have been the fall guys.
Maybe. You never know.
Never know.
It's
Never know.
possible.
Never know.
But I mean, it was interesting rolling through the stations and like, okay, when we go through this station, you're gonna go over here and do not touch the car unless NASCAR asks us to come do something. Stand back.
It was very much stand back,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're just standing back. But no, it was. I think the most shocking part of that whole thing was just going through different stages of tech, passing, failing. Even if you failed, like say you failed the first one, right? You still have to hit all the others, knowing you have to come back and do it all over again.
Well,
Oh,
so
man.
the first time through,
You can't just go
I
back
was
through
I was
one
asking
section.
Joe
You go through
Senior
all
about
of it.
this. Joe
makes
Senior
sense, though.
said, you go through every station the first time to see what you got to fix. Even if you fail the first one, per se, you're still going to go through the second, the third,
So you
fourth,
can
and
fix
fifth.
it all at the same time.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
it makes,
And that's what we did.
Well, some of those issues I would imagine could be related. You know, if you fail this and this, it might be
No,
one.
all 5 stations are different. So it's basically, forgive me, because it was a whirlwind.
Yeah,
The first
a lot of
station is
information.
like safety. They check like a lot of like the roof flap stuff, the window net dates, the seatbelt dates. The next station is ride heights.
Springs, ride height. It was
Spring.
all the
Well,
underneath.
it's underbody ride height stuff, and the next one's like some over body ride height stuff and spoiler checks.
Yep.
And then the spoiler, this was bananas, dude. That thing is set to like 1/10 of a degree.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that was wild.
And it's sturdy.
Yeah,
I was watching one of the other teams. They were just bang,
just
bang, just
smashing it.
beating it with a hammer because they needed to get it. I guess more. Vertical?
More vertical.
More vertical.
I guess.
And
Oh
he was
yeah,
just-
it's not gonna be too. It's not gonna be too high. They're gonna
Right.
be. If anything, you're gonna be leaning low.
So he was just beating it. I was watching. I was like, bro, I'm shocked that thing's not broken, but hey, it's sturdy. So
Yeah.
So and then what was? So you had the spoiler one, and then you had.
then you rolled over. They
you
checked
rolled
the
over to
tires.
the Hawkeye.
That
Oh
was-
yeah, right before you go into Hawkeye. So the thing with the tire pressure,
Then you
through
did
the
your ride
garage,
height.
your tire pressure has to be mandated at a certain PSI by NASCAR, and they give you a tire gauge, and you have to watch. They have to watch you do each tire to make sure it's right. Very interesting. I mean,
that's where we
me
had to
and Matt were
figure
talking
out
about like the tolerance is bananas.
yes.
You can. There's no. I don't even know how they find a gray area.
I'll say it's
They
there.
watch you like hawks.
Yeah, so
That's
you
why
went
they
through.
get paid those that
You
big
did.
bucks.
You did the tire pressure, and then you went to the ride height, and that's when they marked it good, and then you rolled over to the Eagle Eye,
To the Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. And I don't know what they put on the wheels, but they put those weird discs.
It's a thing to like check like the angles and the setting.
Yeah, they put all
It's
that
something
on there.
something for the laser to hit
Alignment,
and
probably.
check
Real quick question. Prior to Tech, when they're, I mean, I saw this for Cup Series when we were in the fan zone, but
Yeah.
I didn't see it for Xfinity because obviously the garages are in a different location. Did you guys have to hold the like umbrellas and stuff over the car
No,
on the way to
so
Tech?
so here's the deal. So the big teams push, and we saw this a little bit in Xfinity. The big teams push the body tolerance to the maximum, and it's not much. We're talking hundredths of an inch, but they're getting those hundredths of an inch. So when the sun gets on it, it can affect their tolerance and put them out. Right. So
Okay.
It'll expand everything. So if you got a certain tolerance, say on the windshield or something like that, and it's right on it, everything expands in the heat.
Which is why they hold
It'll
the
pop it
umbrellas
out.
over.
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
So-
Okay.
I didn't exactly know why. I've seen it many times over
it's
the years, but
that
I've never
close.
like seen it.
It is that close of a degree.
it's
some of the big
hundreds-
teams
it's hundreds
run.
of an inch.
It's insane.
It's bananas, bro.
But you guys didn't have to do that. For
No, we didn't. I mean, we didn't have to really worry about that too much.
Okay.
I don't know if the 92 did. But
No. The only two teams I saw doing any kind of protection on that was Gibbs and Junior Motorsports.
That's it.
There's the only ones doing, and they weren't really umbrellas. It was more like covers on the windshield,
Gotcha.
was
and
it.
maybe keeping them in the shade as long as possible.
Yeah.
You know, most of the other teams, they're not pushing it that hard. It's just, dude, it takes forever to get through Tech. Oh my god,
I was
bro.
yeah,
it's
I was
such a
literally
grind.
we were there at 12 and we got through Tech the first time at like 3:30 and I'm like, all this is supposed to close at 5 and there was 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, because that's when
And-
we met up. You guys with you guys
And
after Tech.
we were looking around and we're like, there's like 25
like-
cars.
They're like
That's-
only 2 cars have passed Tech at 3:30.
Yes. And I was looking, and we were looking at like Joe Senior. And we're like, so what happens now? They're like, oh, they just keep it open. Could you imagine the debacle if only 2 cars started this race? I'm like, yeah, that would kind of suck. So they just kept it open as long as they needed to.
I remember seeing y'all because when we saw y'all, it was right when you guys got done with doing all the tech stuff, and you came over and you're just like, bro, y'all don't even know.
It's just so much information.
I will say it
Bro.
was.
It is. That's it.
It was
It's
so much
so much
information.
to process. It's crazy.
I will say it's a little weird. It was a little weird seeing y'all on the other side of the fence where we're not allowed to go, and I'm like, who let y'all in there?
Yeah, right.
Big facts.
All right, so jumping over to
The other thing, the 5th station, and this was really cool, was they make you fire up the car and they check the engine for leaks.
oh, is that what they were doing? I didn't know.
They
what
have
were doing.
some kind of special machine. I don't know if it's sniffing vapor or listening for a whistle.
I saw. Yeah. Okay. it
They're
was that,
checking
yeah, like
all around the throttle body and the carburetor and the restrictor plate, trying
Which
to
is-
see if there's any tricks going on.
Which of the
And I will
steps-
say, there's some teams, they sat there for a long time. I won't say who, I won't say none of that. But
I
there
don't
were some
remember.
teams that sat there for a while. And I was like, ooh, man, y'all been there like an hour. Like, what y'all doing over there?
which part of Tech is the one where you like see it on like TV sometimes
That's
where they're
Hawkeye,
actually
isn't it?
scanning the car?
That's the Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
That's
That's
the
the
4th step.
So
Okay.
that one.
I didn't know
is-
Xfinity had Hawkeye.
That's why I was asking if
kinda
they
shocked,
did
too.
that.
It was quick though. Hawkeye was quick. They rolled it in there,
Super
shut
quick.
the thing, did the laser, and rolled it right out. Like 5 minutes.
Here's the thing with the
And they give you a
inspection
whole
process.
printout.
It is the definition of hurry up and wait.
Oh my God, yes.
So you put your when you think the car's ready, you put your request into NASCAR. They come tell you when it's time to get in the queue.
Yep.
And then you all of a sudden from sitting down, hanging out, drinking a Gatorade, just waiting, all of a sudden have to literally run up, go grab the car, start pushing, and start getting it through Tech.
Oh, yeah.
Start push, and you get to the line and you wait because there's already 7 people in front of you. And each station takes 15 minutes. So you're just waiting
Yep.
for like another hour. And then, okay, push it up on the scales, do this, grab this, move that, make sure tire pressures are good. Okay, everything's good. Stand back and wait. NASCAR looks, it's good. Okay, get down off the ramp, roll. You're back in the line.
But
And
you
you
had
wait.
to be in line. You had
For
to have
another
your
for another
spot.
30 minutes, you wait. And then you do the same thing over and over and over again 5 times. And if you fail, you repeat the whole process again. Because if you fail one session, you
gotta
said
do
this.
it
If you
all the way
fail
down.
one section, one station, you have to do all 5 all over again.
And do you have to roll?
It's
but do you have to
crazy.
roll the car all the way back to like your garage to
Yes.
fix it?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just wondering 'cause I saw-
they
I saw
do
some
have
people-
they have a tool bag. What do they
Yeah,
call
that's
that?
what I
The
saw.
tech bag.
Tech bag, yeah, go back.
Yeah.
something
They
like
can
that.
they can fix a couple maybe little things, but I mean,
But like you can't be like
Because that's
welding
what
on the
kind of
side
what
or
I saw
anything.
with when we were, like I said, when we were in fan zone watching them roll stuff out for tech with them. They had bags and all kinds of stuff filled with just like tools and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
because we could like where like Hawkeye and stuff like that is, we can go up on the Cup garages, and you could. I mean, it was right there.
Yeah.
So like we could see
Yeah.
like a lot of the tech stations and stuff like that. That was kind of cool.
you could tell most of the Xfinity teams were not trying to cheat or whatever. It's just a lot of these teams don't have templates or Hawkeye.
No.
So a lot of time, your first time through, you're just trying to gauge how you did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times the stuff we build, we're just trying to use measurements off a tape measure. We can only get so close.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, for sure.
we try. I mean, it's all like the Xfinity is just like the Cup. The body panels are all required by NASCAR. The deck lid is required by NASCAR. The spoiler, I mean, everything has barcodes and serial numbers over everything. So you can't play with this stuff. Like it just is what it is. And then with it being fiberglass, some of the stuff is just different. It's just different. It
yeah.
just doesn't
bendy.
fit the same way.
So all right, so let's move on to the actual race then. All
right, Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Let's get
Okay, so Friday, the first thing we had to do was qualifying. So same thing like Matt was saying. When you pass, it's literally when you pass, NASCAR walks with you, you push it in the garage, you put the car cover on. You can't touch anything. You put the car cover on, you can't check pressure, nothing. Put the car cover on and walk out the garage and they close it. Boom, you're done. Can't do anything.
Yep.
You're done for the day. So Friday morning you walk up and you sit there and wait. Whenever NASCAR is going to open the garage so you can roll out to pit road for qualifying. And you just wait for we waited 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they open that garage, it is chaos.
Everybody.
Literal chaos. Everybody's running. Okay, grab this, grab that, get the tech bag, yeah, check pressure, da-da-da. Check this, check that, da-da-da. But you can't really do much. You can just do a few things. That's per NASCAR. And you pretty much roll it out the stall, boom, hit it full of fuel. I think they maybe did. I don't know if they did
What
for
are
sure.
what are those things? That
What?
like what are the couple of things you can do?
I
Other
think
than, like,
you
top off
can
fuel?
put fuel in it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I mean, it's kind of a blur the whole weekend. I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that after or not. I think I saw some people doing that. But you pretty much can back it up. You can fire it up, make sure it fires up and all that.
tire pressure.
Check tire pressure, wipe it down, get all the smudges and everything off, and get it ready to go for qualifying.
So just all external stuff. Nothing.
yeah, and then you pretty much kind of wait in the garage, and when they tell you, NASCAR comes over to your car and says, "Okay, you four are gonna push. You, and you. You're gonna put your hand here. You're gonna put your hand here. You're gonna put your hand here. You're gonna put your hand
wow,
here.
man.
And, all right, now
Whoa.
push. And you're not allowed to go to the trunk, the rear deck lid. You cannot go back there.
Nope.
Yeah,
Cannot.
that was something weird because so like when we came to see
That's
you guys,
what we're.
yeah, when we came to see you guys when you guys were on pit road, later in the night, obviously, and we can go out on the field and stuff like that and see it. And we were like, yeah, come over and we'll all get a photo in front of it. And they're like, you guys were like, yeah,
No,
we
we
can't go to
can't.
the back of the car.
They were
And I
like,
had to
no
go and
way.
ask because I was
Yeah,
like,
they're like-
nobody's standing over there. I'm assuming we can't. And I went over to Joe Cena. I was like, can we go take a photo? He's like, I wouldn't.
he's like, if you go over there, they will yell at you real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
don't do that.
yeah.
That
He's
was
like,
wild.
don't go back there.
Yeah, we
You
saw
could go to the
dude,
So
driver's
we did
door.
we
Even
did
just
get a
seeing
photo,
the-
but you guys were standing by the
just-
car.
Yeah, just seeing the officials walk down. I mean, not to skip ahead, but like seeing the officials walk down pit road
Bro.
at the back of the
They're
car.
not playing.
bro. They are for real.
When
for
you're
real.
when
playing.
you're just working on the rear end, just trying to maybe work on some final stuff, get it ready, putting those shocks on and sealing it up, bro, they stand over your shoulder and watch everything.
It's insane.
And it's not like you can do it whenever you want. You tell them you're ready, and then they come and bring the stuff. Here you go. Here's your seals. Go ahead and put it on, and they watch you do the whole thing. It's crazy. It took me because nobody really explained that part to us. It took me 20 minutes to kind of oh, I see what's happening, because I was watching them come down the garage.
Dang,
but,
man. Yeah, that's
All right,
crazy.
So anything else with qualifying?
Dude, it was so bananas to stand on pit road and watch the cars freaking
Stand
launch
on
off
the
pit
road.
road.
Just stand right there next to it. I took some really cool videos.
That
We do
was
got some good
That
video
was
there,
one of the
yeah.
most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
and you just see the NASCAR initial. He's got his hand out. And and then you see the one car go by, and he goes, and Wow. Right down.
Dude, it was crazy.
And then everyone just instantly turns around, looks at the clock. All right, what are we going to post? What are we going to post? Oh, okay, top 10, let's go.
Yeah, it was crazy too to like stand on pit road, especially when you got down towards the end. You're like, bro, they're doing like 180, like right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I'm glad there's a race car between us and the racetrack.
Well, yeah, because you showed us the video too of when he was in the stall and he peeled out.
Yes.
Was that
that was
qualifying?
that was during the race.
That was during the race.
Oh, okay. I thought
That was
you,
me.
I thought there was, I thought there was another video.
So that was qualifying. So we basically take the car after qualifying. He drives, the driver will drive it back to the garage. And by the time we got there, the garage was already closed. Like NASCAR is there waiting for you. You're going to park it, get out, boom, garage door closed. Like it's so fast.
that quick.
Yeah. So they're all over it. So it's so crazy. NASCAR is all over them boys. Woo. But that's just how it is. And it's such a quick, well-oiled machine. Like it just boop, 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 boop.
And I'm sure you do it every single week. It becomes second nature.
Probably.
You know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
We were just kind of walking into it just.
It's like being in a
first time.
tornado, bro.
Yeah. It was
I mean,
like,
even
whoa.
just
Thrown in a
hearing
blender.
even just hearing it from y'all, it's like it makes you think whether it's Cup, trucks, or Xfinity. It's
See.
like how do you even that car's illegal. You know, we say that all the time, but it's like how do you even like have an illegal car when they're all over you like that?
I don't
It's
know.
like-
I don't know.
It's like how do you even have? How much money does it take to R&D something to disguise? Like whatever you're trying to do from
That's why it's
Hawkeye
always
A lot of
like
money.
That's
that.
why it's the
just
big
like,
teams.
Whoa.
That's always
Yeah.
why it's the big teams then.
So after qualifying, he gets back in the garage. There's nothing to do until it's time to roll the cars out to the grid. So me and Matt pretty much dip. We go do a couple other things for a little while. Met up with some of the drivers in the Cup Series. Got some photos. Got to say hi for a little bit, and then pretty much come back and you sit down and wait for NASCAR to say, okay, Cup qualifying's done. Here's the green light. Start pushing all your stuff to pit road, pit boxes, tool boxes, extra body parts, the race car, the generator that does whatever it's doing, like all this different
Generates
stuff.
power.
Set the pit box up. You have like
no clue.
45 minutes, and it is a mad
guessing.
rush
Yes.
of everybody pumping stuff out there and race cars out to the grid. It's crazy, man.
You know, make sure you got
Mario's
all your
like,
cables ready.
he's like, hey, okay, these parts are required if we get wrecked in a super speedway. I need you to make sure we got a drill and screws to make sure we can put this thing back together, right? And I go over there, and I'm like, man, I don't see it. I go to the other box, and I'm like, man, I don't see it. And I'm searching everywhere. I'm running because like we don't have time. I'm running, literally running back and forth. I feel weird, but I see there's a bunch of crew guys running back and forth, bro, trying to get their stuff ready. And so we finally get it all figured out, and I put it like in there, and Mario's like, okay, now you know where it's at. If I need it, I'm going to call you. Like, be ready. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But we get everything ready to go. Everything's pretty much ready, and then we get to go out to the grid and pretty much hang out with Alex, the driver, the 91, and just kind of hang out for that was like the best 15 minutes. Like, it's chill. Everybody's watching. All the fans are out here, and we just
Super
get to
chill.
soak in the moment because
Yeah.
you could not. There was no soaking in the moment until like those 15 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
how was
What
it,
were you doing? Because you were gone for a lot of that.
So you were hanging out there. I was hanging out with Joe for a little bit, but I was kind of just looking around because I'm kind of like starstruck, because you're just standing all around and you're like, oh, Larry Mack's right there.
The second he met Brad, it was
bro.
all over.
Yeah,
Can I
there's-
tell you how crazy it was? The garage saw next to us. Larry Mack is a crew chief working on the car. I'm like, this is not real.
No,
I'm rubbing shoulders with Larry Mack.
While he's working on
I'm
the car.
like, bro, what?
yes,
Not just like he's just standing
no,
there, like he
that
was
man
working
was
on
under the car working on it.
Bro,
That's so cool.
that guy is America's crew chief.
Yes, 100%.
100.
And it was just, you just kind of casually look over and be like, should I go say hi? Should I not? I probably shouldn't. We're working. Like, it was a weird bubble, but you were still just hanging
It was
out.
super weird to be a fan, but working at the same time.
Yes. So basically,
That was hard.
I
I'm
took
not gonna lie.
Joe Senior's like, hey, well, if you want to, can you take the go bag, the tool bag? He's like, just take it back to the pit. I was like, all right, not a problem. So I'm running on over there. Everyone's all dressing up. Oreo's like dressing up in his fire suit and everything. And we're just chilling on the wall, and I just look over, and Josh Berry and Justin Allgaier are standing in our pit area, just
All of the
talking.
junior motorsports drivers.
Just
At
hanging
one
out
time,
right
all
there
four
because-
junior motorsports were all hanging out against pit wall at our box.
And again, you
And I was
just
just walking. I was
you're
like,
very professional about it.
I went into fan mode. I was like, "What's up, boys?" Dapping them all up.
I was very professional. I was just like, oh, they're right there. They're
I'm
literally
like,
an arm's length.
this is too close. I gotta like, come on, bro.
I felt. So I was standing on pit road when they were doing the. Is it the national anthem? I think it was the national anthem or the prayer. No, it was the prayer. And I was
Where were you for that?
I was standing on pit road, like you know how everyone lines up. I was standing there
With the car, right?
No, not with the
Oh,
car.
dang. I was with the car doing
On
that.
pit road, like on our pit stop. So they were all lined up, and I'm standing there in like the polo and everything. I'm like, I feel out of place. Like the cameras are around. They're all wearing like red and black fire suits, and you just got me in a gray polo. I'm like, I feel awkward. So the minute the prayer ended, I hopped over that wall. I got out of there. I was like, I do not want any of this.
I actually think I caught that on video of you hopping over.
Bro,
the wall.
I got over that so quick because I knew it was coming
You
next.
did. You
Because
like.
DJ just be standing out in the middle of the lawn, just with the 10-foot.
That's a whole other thing. Yeah,
Just,
like
bro, we caught so much stuff.
dude,
So, yeah,
I
I-
literally have a camera on a 10-foot pole that I was like. So,
But it's like me and Matt didn't know what we can and can't do. Like,
I had
we
no
don't
clue.
know.
I had
Like,
no clue
We're
what to do.
learning.
Yeah.
It was funny. Joe Senior, like the same thing. There was multiple times. So like I was like, hey, do I need to go back or can I stay here when I fire? He's like, no, stay. We'll help carry some stuff. It's fine. So I stay out there. So I did the national anthem at the car and lined up with the team at the car.
Oh, that's baller.
The ready team.
Yeah, that's baller.
You know, Joe, Dalton, me, Joe Senior,
Yeah.
the driver, and we're all stood in line in front of the car. It's awesome. Did the national anthem, all that, and dude, I'm telling you, when that national anthem is over, it is go time.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody is hyper focused. Getting in there, boom, 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 strap him up. Mario comes over, got the radio. Can you hear me? Doing radio checks, all this different stuff. And then before you know it, it feels like when you're in the grandstands, it feels like the longest time ever. You're just waiting for him to fire it up. Dude, that junk feels like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It is a whirlwind. And all of a sudden, like, all right, NASCAR's like, all right, fire him up. You know, and it's just crazy. And then, just grab all the stuff. And when they all start rolling off pit road, like, all right, see you later, bro. Good luck. Grab the stuff and walk back. And then I got to when they did the
pass through.
when they're doing pit road speed.
Yeah, we got that photo. That was sweet.
I go over to Joe Senior and I was like, can I go out here and say? He's like, yeah, bro, come on, dude. And so I got to be out there at the line with all the crew guys.
Yeah,
all the over the wall
Matt got it
guys,
on
and then
photo.
and a
I
bunch
got
of the
some cool
guys that
photos
aren't
and
over the
videos of
wall
that.
guys,
Yeah, that was
behind the
pretty
wall
cool.
guys.
Nice.
And we all got to stand out there and, wave to the guy and help him identify the box. Dude, it was bananas.
Yeah, it
That's
was cool.
awesome.
I can't even,
And then it was the absolute quickest race I've ever been to.
of all
That
time.
junk was fast because everyone's hyper focused. Everyone's like ready.
You know what it was? It was the craziest thing. When you're watching the race in the stands, the exciting time is the green flag. But when you're in that pit road and working, that's the downtime. It's the complete opposite. It's a complete 180.
Yeah.
So your downtime is when you're sitting there on the pit box and you're waiting. You're just waiting for the caution. You're waiting for pit stops or whatever. Because as soon as I could not believe how fast we went back to green on the first yellow. Because we come down, we pit stops, help them pull the tires out, help them move this, move that, do all these different things, get
I
it
stayed
ready.
out of the way.
He
That was
did.
my goal.
I was working, bro. I was gonna get the full experience. So we do all that. They get everything over, help bring the new tires, get everything ready for the next lap. Because what if there's a wreck on lap 1, bro? You got to be ready. Getting them things pressured up, all that, getting it all ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, like, whoa, bro, we're already going green.
Yeah.
It's fast. And then you're like, okay, everything's ready. Now we can chill.
Yeah, and in between all that,
Crazy,
and then
dude.
those chill moments in between, it's just like, y'all see us down at the pit box? Y'all see us down there?
I call Nate.
You see us?
Can you believe this right now?
Bro, there was a point, it was really funny. I was taking a photo and I had my camera or my phone has a really good zoom on it. So I'm like zooming in and I'm like, oh, look, there's Matt. I start to take a photo of him and I literally see him. And then look, he looks down and he's like obviously playing on his phone. I'm sorry, we also have audio. So like he's playing with his phone and then he stops and looks up. And as I'm like snapping the photo of him looking up, I get a text. I'm on top of the pit box, by the way. I'm like, I know.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
we
just
know.
sent
That was
him
my
the
goal.
photo. I'm like, I know.
I really wanted to sit up
Oh,
there
we
because
know.
I was sitting right behind Mario and I was watching what he was looking at and all his stuff that he was doing. I was like,
All the
man,
data
this
is crazy.
and we got a sick picture.
They got
of
data
y'all.
that fans don't even know.
We got a
about,
sick
bro.
picture of y'all just hanging
detailed
out.
stuff. SMT and all that, crazy detailed.
Yeah.
I was saying we got a sick picture of y'all just hanging over the edge of pit wall, like when y'all were sitting on it.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was
It was pretty
awesome.
wild
It
to
was-
sit on pit wall during the race,
Yeah.
like in front of the pit box. Like, oh look, there's the whole pack. Wow.
And you're just sitting there.
and then watch the TV. Yeah, it was
Now you know how the
crazy.
people at Le Mans felt every time the NASCAR car went by.
It's kind of like that, I guess.
All right, so
But,
was there anything else you guys kind of want to highlight for
Well,
for that?
so if anybody watched the race, the 91 wrecked out. I don't know if I ever heard for sure, but I know he tried to stop when they had that big wreck on the tri-oval. I think he may have hit some oil or something, but he tried to stop, couldn't get it stopped up, knocked the radiator out. That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That was sad.
It happens.
So then we pack up all the stuff. We go over to the 92. We take a bunch of the 91 stuff back. We take some of the 92 stuff, like the body panels and stuff, or 91 stuff over to 92. And then we kind of watched most of the rest of the race from right there until the 92 got wrecked out. That was a bummer.
It happens.
That sucks, man. He got wrecked.
You know,
Almost went airborne.
He did.
You
Oh,
know,
he did
Four
go
tires
airborne.
went off
Almost
the ground.
flipped. He got airborne.
I actually showed him the photo. I was like, you went airborne. He's like, that's awesome. I was like, yeah, okay.
Josh Williams, dude. You know what was really cool? Like
was
to
so
be
chill.
to be in that, the reaction you get with the drivers is completely different than when you're a fan.
Yes.
Just chill. So,
Yeah.
Instead of like that, like, oh man, what's
That's
up?
why you didn't
man?
want to be
Fucking
like a
sign this, sign
fanboy
that.
or anything like
No,
that.
it was just like we all
Different
sat
vibes.
down and we were all just sitting at the trailer, just hanging out. What y'all
That's
doing
cool.
later? Oh, I might go here. I might go to the beach. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Like just super chill. It was super cool. Josh Williams is one of the coolest people I've ever met.
he
Chill.
seems like it.
He's
Very
always chill,
nice.
man.
All the kid stuff he does and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Williams is really cool. So
Yeah.
Other
will
than
say-
that, I did sneak away for about 5 minutes after the race while y'all were packing up stuff. Knew Matt would handle it, and I went and snuck into victory lane
There was a
and watched Justin Allgaier pulling. Like I said, fanboy. Y'all know I'm a big Junior fan, so I went in there, took some photos, took a video of him pulling into victory lane, and then got out and helped packed up all the rest of the stuff. But it was crazy. The whole whirlwind. We didn't realize by the time we had all the trailer packed and everything to go, we were like, bro, it's late. Like, what?
bro, it was
the
like
heck?
11:30.
Yeah, it was. We didn't even have dinner that night until what, 12 o'clock?
Yeah. Yeah, it
'Cause
was.
in case you don't know, Matt is our chef when we go on these trips.
That's real.
They
Matt
don't know
ain't
how
there.
to
You're
cook
probably
I will
not
say
eating.
it was the
That's why.
most.
Hey, y'all see me bring like 1 can of or 2 cans of chicken noodle soup
Yep.
and crackers just in case I can handle myself.
Yep.
In case
No,
Matt don't feel like cooking and I'm hungry.
The wildest thing about this was this is the first time I've ever been to any NASCAR event where Jake isn't like, okay, we got to go here. Now we got to go do this.
I've
then we're gonna
changed,
do
bro.
this.
I've changed.
I know, but this is the first time you weren't even there.
yeah, it's fast.
That
that's
was weird.
But we left all the lost puppies back at the RV.
These guys are still not back yet. Like,
Bro, we were wondering.
The four of us.
We're
it
like,
was-
I wonder what they're gonna do.
Dude, the
when
four
me
of
and
us-
Jake aren't here.
The four of us were literally like, so what do you guys want to do? I don't know. Let's just go
Well,
walk around.
Unfortunately, they elected Jeff as the leader, which turned out to be an interesting
I
decision.
don't think anyone elected anyone.
Jeff was cool, man. Jeff was great, man. The whole trip, dude.
But Jeff was also the only other one that like,
has any idea. 'Cause
Yeah,
Lewis
I-
is still pretty new
has-
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Lewis.
He was the
weird
rookie last
because
year.
He was a rookie, but he didn't get to stay for Cup Day
Yeah,
he had
true.
to leave
Yeah, that's
'cause
so
he
sad.
had to work. He had to play a gig. So, yeah, it was fun. I mean, like when you're going there the first couple times, you do want to go experience everything it's
Yeah.
got to offer, and you want to do I want to go here and then go there and then go do all the stuff and all this and that. But like the more you've done it, it's like, okay, you get to kind of chill, and you kind of start to realize it's more about chilling with the people there instead of
Yeah.
just going around and doing all of the things. But or unless you want to link up with new people or hang out with people to go do certain things or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a leader. It's just we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do. We were just trying to figure out what we were gonna do.
Bunch of lost puppies over here.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Y'all were-
honestly
y'all-
kind of nice because it was kind of chill and relaxed. We're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, y'all were kind of like
I
doing your
would
thing,
tell
and we were
you-
just kind of like, man.
So one of my highlights of the weekend was when we were all just chilling yesterday in the pool.
Oh, that was great.
Just vibing. Good music. Just chilling in the heat. You know what I mean? Like, it was so hot, so to get down in there, it was breezy. So when you dunk your head under and you feel that cool breeze, like that was not like I missed that because we normally always do that on Friday too. So to miss that Friday, like I was longing for that so bad.
Yeah.
It was such a vibe to get in there and just chill with everybody. It was super fun to go do it. But you know, it was a little bit of a bummer to miss it with you guys, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, but like, I mean,
I mean,
you have
chance
those
of a
opportunities,
lifetime.
man. You
You got
gotta
to do it.
do it,
Yeah.
man. You know, that's cool. That's cool.
It was like my biggest takeaway from the whole thing is I've seen a lot of races, and it completely blew my mind how fast that race went by. It literally felt like I was in a time warp.
Was it Mario? Mario, after everything was done and we were leaving, he's like, "All right, well, go back to your RV, watch the race. I know you didn't get to watch it from the inside because he's like, so much was going on."
He was like, "Yeah, you have to go back and watch a replay because you don't get to hardly see nothing." I was like, "Bro, I don't know. I was always putting myself in front of the TV. I saw that whole junk, bro. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. All right. So let's move on and talk about the Cup race now. So we'll move on and actually talk about the Cup race. So
What a race.
We expected that this race was probably going to be pretty crazy, that there was going to be a lot of people that are trying to fight for that one last spot in the playoffs. I will say
Bubba was
this,
gonna get him in.
it did not disappoint.
No, I knew Bubba was going to get
Incredible. Besides, and we'll talk about the big wreck later, two big
Yeah.
wrecks, but I cannot believe, and this speaks to how good these guys are, how were they racing that hard for that long,
Yeah.
not making any mistakes?
Yeah, they were 3 wide for a while.
The big priest wreck we'll talk about later. That was from just an inconspicuous push. It wasn't even that bad. It was not the most aggressive move I saw all night.
Even the
But it
fact
was
that
crazy up front. Like how many
Yeah.
times they drive by us in the trioval 3 wide for the lead.
That's what
I
I was
was
just-
like,
I was
this
just
is
about to say that.
bananas.
I was just about to say that, and it's like
4 wide
4
one
wide
time.
at one
I told
point.
Nate, I was like, bro, they're gonna wreck.
I'm like, oh
How
my
they
God.
make it?
Bro, dude, it literally had me at the edge of my seat.
The whole
The
race.
whole race, like it was
It was.
crazy.
We stood up for what, probably 60% of that race.
Me and Nate were standing almost the whole
I
time.
was like,
Yeah.
and the radios made it so much better. Like to,
Always.
man. If it's one thing from someone that is getting into NASCAR,
Get
like,
a radio.
get a radio.
Yes.
It makes the world of a difference when you go to a race.
I'm really bummed. I forgot my radio this time, and the race was still really good. So like that helped, but I was just like, man, I'd love to
even
be able to.
I was
like,
just gonna say,
listen,
like even
it's definitely a big difference.
between the Xfinity race and the Cup race, like DJ and I didn't have radios, and we were still entertained. We were still
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And like I was gonna say about going 3 wide, it's one of those things where it's like pretty par for the course to see that, for a couple laps at a time. But bro, they were going like,
Bro,
they
like you'll see like
they were
3
going like
wide,
10, 15 laps.
but 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy,
Bro, and,
Like,
like,
you don't see that.
not
very
to mention
often.
there
That
was,
like
was
10,
insane.
15 laps straight.
Well, you
Like
had
not
the-
even just like, oh, like I'm gonna try and make a line work for a couple of laps, and then you kind of see him go back double file. No, they were going.
We also
like
had
that was
like
a standard
those moments
lane.
where like Kyle Busch was like dead last, and then all of a sudden
Hold
gets
on,
a third.
can we back up and tell that whole thing?
That was
Oh, my
wild.
God.
So Kyle Busch and his spotter are fighting on the radio. Not fighting, but arguing.
Oh yes, this is great.
Kyle Busch is
Difference of
saying like,
opinions.
I think I'm gonna drop out of here because they're gonna wreck. And I think his spotter, I think maybe it's crew chief, I'm not really sure, would come back on the radio and said, man, you can't keep good track position if you're riding in the back. And Kyle Busch is like, sure you can when a bunch of them wreck, pass a whole bunch in 100 feet. Bro, they were going
at
they
it.
were going off. Me and Nate were
We were
dying,
literally
bro.
cracking up. We're like, and we're looking around. Some people that they probably just had the like earmuffs or whatever just to block the sound, but like weren't really listening to radio. They
Bro,
saw us just start
me and
bawling,
him
laughing.
are
Everybody's
dying
like, what's
laughing.
going on over there?
Dude,
We're listening to that, and then they finally get into it, and his spotter says something like, "You know what, man? I'm fine. Whatever you want to do, but just know I don't like this riding in the back, bull, beep 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 beep, like hot,
Going at it.
bro." Kyle Busch from the back to the front.
In
That
what,
was
in what, like
insane.
3 or 4
Right, we're
laps?
driving.
Yeah.
Like it was not like it was like over. It was like 3 or 4 laps total.
He started a third line and drove that junk to the front.
Yeah,
That was crazy. Remember all this talk about how like this car doesn't race good on super speedways? It's only 2 lines.
not,
It
not here.
depends if you want to go to the front or not.
It's up to the driver. I think, yeah, it
Yeah.
comes down to the driver.
That was crazy.
And what I thought was great was the fact that it was like everyone was fighting for the top spot. It was like not really anybody that really dominated the field long enough. It was like everybody was fighting for
There wasn't a
first.
lot of riding.
Who
There
was
wasn't
who was
people
the
riding.
best car you thought in the lead? Who dominated the lead the best? I know it's gonna sound biased, Chastain fan, but he dominated
did-
those lines better
You know,
than anybody.
I would say it wasn't even so much that he dominated. The thing that I really noticed with him, he was defending 3 lines
That's
and
what I'm
doing
saying.
it very
But he
well.
was doing really good. Unfortunately, I think
pit
after the
stops, I
pit
think.
stop in stage 3,
he had an issue.
they shucked him out of. No. He was in the lead, but they shucked him out. Him and Suarez, they put him to the back,
and then he had to go back through again.
and he just got stuck back there. They just couldn't make it work.
he made it up a little ways, but not enough.
No.
Yeah.
But dude, he was. Who else was up front for a significant-
Logano was up for there for a lot, but Logano's always good.
But
at
he
Super
didn't. He
Series.
didn't lead a lot of laps.
I don't
did
think he led hardly.
Harvick
at
was pretty good up front,
all. SHR was good.
bro. That 10 and 14.
They were-
My God,
Yeah,
Dude,
they were pretty
they
I
was
will say-
different. When they would pull a line, they could pull a line out from the rest of the field,
Yeah,
and you couldn't even race them. They would just leave you.
yeah, that
That was crazy.
that was insane.
So what was
And-
up with didn't want to cut you off there,
No,
but
go
what
ahead,
was
go
up
ahead,
with
go
the
ahead.
whole Blaney Ty Gibbs thing?
What do you mean?
The
Ty-
wreck?
The wreck, yeah, Ty Gibbs.
We can talk about that.
Looks
Ty
like
Gibbs got a
he
push from
straight
behind.
Up looks
He-
like
no,
he just
he
cut
got
down.
pushed from behind and got loose.
Byron, I think, didn't square up when he bumped him,
Oh,
and he
okay.
kind of moved when he bumped him, and that sent Ty Gibbs.
If you
and
just
Ty
see the
Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs, bro, it
Those
straight up looks
dang
like he's like,
pointy
nah, I'm gonna wreck you.
Chevrolets.
Yeah,
It's just-
No,
it makes no sense.
Pointy
But
It's everybody was, especially this is why you need a radio. Everybody was talking about how hard it was to handle off of turn 4 and in the tri-oval. Turn 2 seemed to be not as much, but turn 4 was a problem spot. Probably because that's where the spotters can really see handling issues. Turn 2 was probably similar, but everybody was so loose right there, especially on them old tires. And it really wasn't a big push. It was more like an arrow thing.
yeah,
And it got him loose, like snap loose.
It almost looked like they were gliding through the
little
track.
bit.
Like
Yeah.
that's the way it looked like for me. Like just like especially when they were just going 3 wide, just for a good while.
we saw a
that
lot
hit.
of points.
man,
I
that
will
was
say there was a lot
incredible.
of good saves too, because there was a lot of points where we would sit there and be like, oh,
You saw
oh,
a lot of
and-
people. I mean,
constantly.
Hey,
going off
Kuzman,
the.
Kuzman says it was Bell, not Byron, which makes sense
Oh,
because the Toyotas
sorry.
were stacked
Right.
up out there.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
I was
Bell.
gonna
thought it was
say,
Byron. Knew it was a guy with a B.
You saw it a lot. I mean, obviously in turn 4, you saw a lot of handling issues, but
Yeah.
that even came coming out of turn 4, almost not quite to the tri-oval, but maybe in between turn 4 and the
Like
restart
pit
zone.
entrance
You
kinda.
saw a lot of people, like especially
Wiggling.
mid pack. You would see occasionally
Yeah, that back end
Xfinity
just
and
wiggling.
Cup. You know that wobble, right? Especially if you're in that middle
Yeah.
lane when they're running 3 wide. You saw a lot of that. with-
Yeah, Kuzman's
Yeah.
right, man. Like Gibbs was wiggling. He was already getting a little loose, and obviously with Bell getting into there and just kind of I think that was the last push he needed.
and the thing that threw me off is it seemingly just came out of nowhere because, like you said,
Yeah.
I think it was an arrow thing. I don't think he actually got shoved pretty hard.
No.
Based off of what I saw from the stands, but it looked like it just freaking just snapped way left.
yeah, it
Just-
looked really violent, and
Yeah.
especially the hit Blaney took. Oh my god.
Oh,
that
man.
was
Man, I'm gonna tell you, being a race fan for a long time flashes a Dale Earnhardt. That was so similar with somebody from the outside getting turned left and turning you into the right side. That was scary, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like
Glad
those
he's
wrecks.
okay.
Remember, I showed
Show how
Nate,
much
I
the
showed
wall
you that
flagged.
video or the screenshot of how much the wall moved.
Yeah,
That was wild.
incredible. And even in person, you couldn't really tell. Like even from the video from far, but when you showed me like a screenshot of like the impact when it really hit and it was like deepest in the wall, it's like whoa. Then
So
you
I
really
was
see
I
it.
was watching. You always see me with my binoculars, and I'm that guy that's watching. As soon as they pass us, as soon as they're going into turn 1 and 2, I'm on the binoculars. Where we sit, it's super hard to see the back. Not super hard, but it's not great for the backstretch viewing.
Yeah.
I'll switch
Yeah.
to TV, and as soon as they go into 3, I'm back on the binoculars. So I had a great view on the binoculars. Like I could see not really so much the wall flex because it happened so fast, but like
You could see the impact.
hit, bro. I was like, oh, that's massive, bro. That's huge.
You know, I'd be curious to see if they mention or if they talk about in the next couple days, if the changes to the chassis that they had in the front, if that helped any.
I don't,
I don't
know.
know.
That
Yeah.
12 didn't look that different to me.
I don't know.
I mean, it had to
Versus
help a
other
little.
big head-on impacts, it didn't look that different
But
to me.
but honestly, like the thing I
His-
said,
I
said
bet
it,
he's hurt a little bit. Not
I'm
not,
sure.
not like hurt, like injury. He's out,
He's-
but
he's
like
feeling
he's
it.
feeling that.
Oh, he has to.
Yeah.
And I was just about to say, like I said it at the track too. It's like, man, these in-car cams, the in-car
Oh,
view.
they
bro,
showed Blaney's. It was
always
violent.
makes
Dude, that's
me
scary.
It
bro.
always makes me cringe. He got.
I was honestly
snapped
as
in
hard
that
as
car.
he hit, and with this being where Dale Earnhardt died in a very similar crash, I was shocked they switched to his in-car cam on the TV that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I was shocked
brutal.
because you could see him in there loosening his belts and just taking deep breaths, trying to get his breath back.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
the
it
Like
was
wind
that
out of him
was
for sure.
crazy.
Really
And
rough.
then remember his post-race interview?
No, I didn't really see
how
it.
Emotional it was.
He looked emotional, choked up almost.
Yeah.
He looked beat up. Like that was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was rough. It took out a lot of drivers. We had Ross pulled a Austin Dillon and went down low and basically missed
That
everything.
was crazy. Him and Chase Elliott had
Chase
wreck
Elliott-
avoidance of the century.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Elliott, honestly, I don't want to say he got lucky, but Austin kind of came down a little bit
Oh, he
ahead
got
of him.
lucky.
And then, yeah, because Austin then took the brunt of what Chase would have ended up running into. And I was like, of course, because
Chase Elliott
I
parted-
picked Austin
Chase
Dillon.
Elliott had
So.
a Red Seas parted right there. Just drove
Yeah.
right through that thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know who didn't have to
it-
worry? Brad.
That's true. He was
right on.
And
through.
after that, I mean, you saw a lot of them going single file and kind of just logging laps for a long time, and then
Yeah, that's the middle of the race.
Yeah,
Well,
middle of the
that
race.
was stage 3.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
everybody, and this is why you need a radio to understand why
Exactly.
they do that. Everybody had to save fuel
Yeah.
to have the shortest possible pit stop for the end of the race to get the best
Yep.
track position. So
Yep.
They were saying
Kyle Busch's
second
crew
and
chief was
third.
mad at him.
Of course he was.
They were kind of not mad, but they were a little upset that he was racing so hard for the lead and not saving fuel because they knew they could make that ground up on a shorter pit stop if he
Yeah.
was saving fuel.
So I don't know who was in the lead, but they were saying it was someone we were listening to. I can't remember. It could have been Chastain, but they were saying second and third is only 70% throttle. And I'm like, oh, they got plenty of room to play with.
Oh yeah, no, they're riding
no
hard.
worries.
And you see what Chase Elliott was doing, how much he was stacking up people behind him and not riding up close. They figured out they can get better fuel mileage by making that guy stay close to your bumper versus falling close to somebody else. You can make better fuel mileage. So they kept a 3-4 car gap and kept them stacked up behind him. That makes the car behind you do more work because you're pushing him, and it makes you save more fuel. Dude, I'm telling you,
Bro.
the strategy in this racing is so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and one
And
thing.
everybody doing different things. Like, I like the Formula One stuff, but, bro, this
Not the
is
same.
way more complicated.
And bro, honestly, what's super wild is DJ and I sat next to each other in that race, and we were talking at those last pit stops, the last ones, and they were obviously super quick because it was just fuel and all this and that, but like, and it was by manufacturer for the most part. But we got to the point where we're like, man, I don't even know who's in the lead anymore.
Yeah. That
That's
one
crazy.
point.
Or
Like
Yeah,
when you're
probably
watching
good.
it, well, and my point is when you're
Yeah.
watching it on TV, it's way less convoluted. You can kind of like,
Yeah.
the-
Well,
they do a good
talk
job of
about it
making
and
sure
That's where you
like,
need the
know.
radio.
But then,
Yeah,
yeah,
we didn't have that.
Because
yeah,
the radio, I never felt like that. Did you, Nate?
yeah, we got kind of caught
There's
with
like
the
one
radio.
lap.
There
Maybe.
was like one lap where literally it was like 2 or 3 groups, and then there was some string
But
out people.
yeah, yeah,
from
we
previous-
got-
How about it? They went from like pit stopping, green flag pit stops in stage 2, and everybody got all back together into 3 wide racing.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, bro, the competition
That's
in
close.
this is but
But-
crazy, bro. Like,
but I was just saying,
It
like,
was wild.
It was super confusing because we didn't have the radio this time, but we were like sitting there just like, oh my god, like I don't even know what. I'm so lost at this
I
point.
know. At one point, I looked at Jeff and I'm like, it says Almirola or it says Briscoe is leading, but I'm not convinced of this right now.
Oh yeah,
No,
like compared to like NBC, like the screen at the track
Oh,
is
it's-
way slower at switching
It,
who's
it only
who in
I've
what
noticed it
position. I
only
was like,
switches at the start finish
At the
line.
start
yeah,
finish
at the
line.
start
Yeah.
finish line. So we were
So-
just like, oh, what?
forget about it during pit stops. It's too confusing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So okay, so let's move on and talk about unfortunately probably the down point of the night. Well, hold on. Before we talk about that, I do want to give a shout out to Brad for 2 reasons. One, he did finally meet up with Matt, so
Yeah,
we got
finally made it
redemption.
happen.
Did you tell him?
Hold on,
Did you
time
tell-
out. Matt, we saw Matt, and Matt once again was not going to put himself in position
I'm
to
not
go
that
meet him.
guy, bro.
I did all but drag Matt by the collar to go get Brad's picture.
I'm not
bro,
that
it was
guy.
ridiculous.
Did you
I
tell
was
him
like,
that you
Matt-
were the guy with
I was
the
like,
bed?
bro,
Oh, really?
Brad
I was
is
telling the
Brad
story
is, hold on.
in the photo.
Brad is busy. He has to go here, but he will sign things as he walks. Let's go. Boom, we beeline. I'm literally all but grabbing him by the freaking
I
hair.
honestly,
Like,
I
let's
had-
go, bro.
I had Sharpies, but I had nothing to sign or anything like that. I was
Just
like,
take a photo. That means more than anything.
Yeah.
The photo of me, you, and Richard Petty is way better than the hat we have signed.
yeah.
Come on, bro.
So-
Take a
Anyway,
photo.
no, I'm
And
not
it
that
was
guy.
the
I don't
best
like
photo ever.
running up on people like that and being
Yeah.
that. It's just,
So we
I don't
finally
know.
got redemption
I
for
love
Jake's
Atlanta.
used to it.
I
He does
love
it to
the
everyone.
pose
It's
in that
just-
I don't
picture
give
too.
a crap.
I love the
I know.
pose.
You
The
making that
pose.
money? You better take a photo with me. I'm paying your bill.
And Brad's sitting out there. Brad's sitting out there doing his normal. Just so he's like, yeah, whatever. And then Matt's over here like, oh my god, oh, like in the picture, in the picture. He's
Brad
like,
Brad
oh.
did remember the video. He was
Yeah,
like, oh
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
I had 10 seconds to get that whole story back up and be like, hey, I'm that guy where you reposted the story about Atlanta, and there was another guy who you signed his buns.
You signed
like,
his
I had to
buns.
say the whole story in 10 seconds.
He was like, yeah, you,
oh,
and you
yeah, I
retweeted my
remember-
thing.
yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, bro,
Yeah, I
I'm so
remember
glad you
that.
finally got to meet me. Da da da.
That's
he's
cool.
running- and it
I'm
was-
glad. I was really wondering if like you got to tell. And he, like,
I did.
I'm glad that. Okay, that's cool.
And
I
it
feel
was
better.
That photo,
wild.
I was telling him that was me, and I was like gesturing to myself while we were walking, and
And it was
That's cool.
I just left
wild.
my hand there. I guess.
Nah, he was
Okay.
starstruck. bro.
And it was wild that he was running the same scheme that he was at
Right.
Atlanta too. He was
Oh.
running
Yeah.
the same Hawaii
So-
rolls.
Hey,
Okay, but-
Destiny.
Yep.
Right, but that's why. Okay, so I wanted to mention that, but I also want to talk about Brad doing circles on the track.
Around the
Whirl around the world. Bro,
that
it was
funny.
that was
Bro,
hilarious.
everybody on the again, this is why you need a radio.
Yes.
All the teams trying to lay hints that this should be a penalty. Bro, Chastain's over here. Is that legal? I thought we're not allowed to drive during red flag. Like all the teams dropping little Kyle Busch over there. Hey, what's the 6 doing over there? I don't know, bro. Don't look right to me. Like all kind of stuff. I'm like, bro.
So we were-
Everybody just trying to drop little hints that, hey, NASCAR, are
Bro,
you seeing this?
the funniest thing to me about that though
Were
was,
you listening to Kozlowski's on that?
no, we were
So,
on Chastain.
So Brad just comes on the radio. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm on fire," and they're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I could see a fire." He's like, "They're like, are you okay? Do you need to like come down?" He's like, "Nah, I think I can get it out," and he just starts doing what he was doing. He was commenting. He's like, "Nah, I could put it out," and he just starts doing the donuts. Didn't tell anyone
No, it
he was
wasn't
going to
even
do it.
donuts. He just drives in a circle.
He's like, and they're like, "How is it?" He's like, "I think we put it out. We'll be fine."
I don't
Like
know.
anything
man.
not to
Dude,
do a bit.
My favorite thing though was still RFK's team or whatever, their social team, and they literally just like video the screen and they're like, we'll just let y'all meme this one for us.
Yeah, and it's
easy.
like and it's the reason that comment is super funny is that RFK's social media is basically just a meme page at this point.
Really, it is.
Like it's not even a marketing page for
They-
the team. It's
I was
just a meme
saying this,
page.
Trackhouse has the best at track experience in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
hands down. RFK has the best social media.
Yes,
Dude,
I
like if you
agree.
do not follow RFK's social
You're missing
on
out.
Twitter,
It's
Bro.
it's a little bit of NASCAR marketing and mostly memes.
Yeah,
Mostly
it's great.
memes.
So okay, so now that we talked on that one, because that was another funny highlight that we had to bring up.
Real quick, one more thing. Like just because it was like the most recent thing they posted going into this race, it was a picture of like photoshopped of Chris Buescher and Brad at Daytona, and they were just like, "Oh no, it's all RFK cars on the field." And it's just Brad and Buescher just all over.
It was
like, the
38
field.
cars of just Brad and Buescher on turn
It's
2.
like,
And they're like,
oh no,
"Uh-oh.
it's just RFK.
Oops,
And
just
I don't know,
RFK at Daytona."
it made no sense, but like it was just
It's just funny.
it's just funny.
So okay, so let's talk about Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece gets into a wreck. Briscoe. I don't know if Briscoe got loose or what happened, but Briscoe basically pushes him down into the on the back stretch right off of 2. Basically goes into the grass. Looks like the grass kind of lifts the car up a little bit, but basically air gets under the car. Car goes flipping through the air. I think I saw that it was 10 times they counted. How many
13, I heard.
13. I heard 10.
Jake
so,
took it personally, so.
he
So
did.
me and Matt had a conversation, and we were reviewing some footage from this race last year and reviewing the 2022 Daytona 500. And we haven't had a lot of big crashes with this car. It produces some really good racing, sometimes not so good racing. But it seems like at a really slow rate of speed, there's a certain vector that these cars have a real issue with taking off. And I was showing Matt. And then sure enough, as soon as he got spun out and started slowing down while sliding sideways at this same angle, he flips. And I tell Matt, like I told you, bro, like I knew this car has a major and serious weak point, and they have to resolve this. I don't know if anything's being done about it, but like this is a major problem. I'm
Yeah.
really like we haven't seen a wreck like this in 20 years, 30 years.
The most recent one that I can think of would have been McDowell at qualifying.
But that's just different.
I know, but that's the closest thing I can think
But
of.
you're talking about a wall impact versus an airplane takeoff.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that's the closest one I
I'm
can
trying to
think
think
of.
like the last one that I can really think of is like
Burton?
Elliott Sadler in like 2000.
Didn't Burton
maybe?
Well, didn't Burton in like 21 or 22?
22.
almost?
That's what I'm saying.
That was he
Yeah.
took off.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same car.
You
same
see
issue.
that? You see that?
Remember
with-
Chase Briscoe at Daytona last year? All four wheels, probably doing 130, 140. All of a sudden, he gets turned the right direction. All four wheels come off the ground.
What-
Slowed way down. Like, bro, like,
was it
whoa.
was it Logano that flipped at Dega?
But that's Gen 6.
Was that okay? I
6.
couldn't remember if it was Gen 6.
Busher
or not.
flipped at Atlanta.
I think in the right direction, this car has a real problem. I'm really concerned. Like it kind of. I'm not gonna lie. That whole wreck,
you should write him a letter.
it made me. It made me so concerned about the overtime finish that we were gonna see another really bad wreck. Like it was bad, dude. Like that's bad.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean that wreck back in the day, like really hurt drivers. Like thank God the cars are as safe as they are, but like that was bad, dude. Like we don't.
Yeah. It's not very
you know,
often.
we sat down before the race and I showed you guys, mainly Nate, you know, who hasn't been to many races, and showed you a bunch of like the radioactives and different crashes and different things. Like, and it's pretty wild to watch it on TV.
especially the Daytona.
But
ones.
after watching, I sat right in front of the catch fence when Austin Dillon hit. Kyle Larson hit the catch fence, sat right there. And I sat right. Ryan Newman almost went over my head where we were sitting because we were so low on the grandstands. Like, I'm over seeing these big wrecks, man. I'm done. I don't mind like a big one and all that, like crashing on the backstretch, whatever. Like, I don't mind. But like these flips, I don't want to see any more flips, bro. I'm done. I'm done with flips. I've seen like 5 or 6 now. I don't want to see it no more.
yeah.
Yeah, super scary for sure.
So, all right. So let's move on now. And so now, since we're going into playoffs, we're going to kind of.
Can we say
Every
that
time.
hold on? He did
Every
have
time.
an update that he is out of the hospital though.
He is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's good.
And
They
he's on his way
provided
home.
no evaluations on the testing that they did all night. So
I'm gonna assume.
I'm hoping
it's-
he's back.
I'm
next
gonna
week,
assume
but
it's probably their concern is concussion.
I'm a.
Cushion,
I mean,
some
I don't know.
sign-
You
kinda
guys tell
TBI.
me, but when he got out of the car, it looked like he was.
Dazed.
Yeah, I agree,
Days.
Kuzman.
It looked like he didn't know where he
So
was at.
Kuzman says
That's what I'm
he
saying.
said the fact
Yeah.
that the safety and emergency flap over the driver came off on the first flip,
Yep.
that was really scary. That we were talking about that. We think that might actually be why he was so dazed and everything was maybe because now that was obviously he's exposed.
Well, DJ,
Well,
when
the
we
other
initially
hold
were
on, the
watching
other,
it,
the other thing too, the roof flap failed. Well, I don't want to say it failed, but it came off. I don't know if it's designed
Jake,
to come off or not.
Jake, we just said that.
Hold on, no, I'm saying that, but also the driver net failed.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
See, you're making fun of me, bro. I'm bringing up a good point. That failed, and the
50% of the
driver.
point.
There's one screenshot you can see the window net completely open. So now you have 2 vectors where the driver is completely exposed.
Yeah, that's
not just for debris or projectiles coming into the
Impact.
car, but his limbs going out of the car. That's crazy, bro. We can't have flips and window nets failing. Like
yeah.
that. Like that's not good.
Well, I was just going to add on, too. I mean, DJ, when we were talking about it, when we watched it live, I mean, he landed.
look
I think it
real.
was at least twice, I think. I know for sure once, but I think it's maybe
I think
twice,
it was twice.
where he landed like just right, driver's side, right into the ground.
It was at
And
least
it was-
once, and I think he rolled a lot on the front
And
end
it was just
and on the
like-
rear end.
Dang, man.
I don't
And
know.
you saw that the top was caved in a little bit, and you're just like,
Hey, the best tweet
Ooh.
I saw was if I crashed like this in a video game, I would think that the physics were unrealistic. Because
Is that-
that slow motion replay
It doesn't
looks
look right.
fake.
Like the way it hits the ground and like changes direction completely because it starts flipping. I think it's to the right, but then it hits the ground and starts flipping to the left.
and the thing that was
It
crazy. to-
changes direction.
The thing that made it look unrealistic to me was that it got to the point where even he didn't have any more forward momentum, but he was still
floating in
flipping
place.
super violently.
You guys
too.
see how some of those screenshots of how high he was in the air?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen those.
Bro, like 30
I was
feet.
going to say it had to have been
Jeez.
like probably 25, 30
Crazy,
feet.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro. I'm honestly,
Scary, man.
I think I'm moving my seats, bro. I don't want to sit that low in the grandstands
But
anymore.
he
I'm
looked.
telling you, this car is so rigid, and how high that car went in the air. I don't know, bro.
But he didn't look.
I don't want to sit that low anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, that junk, if he would have flipped like that, bro, there's a chance he goes over the catch fence. He
Right.
was so high. He was higher than the backstretch grandstand or catch fence.
Yeah.
Like that, bro, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's on a whole different level.
And just
Remember like when we saw Christopher Bell flip? He wasn't that high. He just kind of barrel rolled down in the truck race years ago. That's not that bad. Even when Austin Dillon hit it, he stayed pretty low. He hit the fence, but he hit low in the fence. That flip was crazy high.
But just like I was gonna say, looking at Ryan Priest's condition, like they were like, "Oh yeah, he's out of the car," which is always, of course, a
Oh,
good
yeah.
sign. That's a great sign. But also, it's like, bro, Buddy did not know what the heck was going on. At least it didn't look like it. He looked super out of it.
When he first hit on that first impact, how fast he was rotating.
Dude, that was wild.
I was trying to sit down and imagine myself in a car and what that would possibly feel like. I was like, this is, I can't even, my brain won't even do it.
Yeah.
and then,
Like, imagine, like, you're spinning so fast, you're not even going to be able to hold your arms in. Your arms are going to be
everywhere.
flailing out. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we were saying that like when we got back to the RV and kind of rewatched it, it's like, man, they kind of just they just kind of showed this
So,
like on TV, and
yeah,
like he's not moving. Like
That's the key, I
Like,
think,
we're
for
like,
me.
whoa.
Like when I know how serious a wreck is like, what is TV saying? And bro, watching like the replay of it, the actual like NBC broadcast or whatever of it, when he flips, they're oh, big flip, and then silence for like it felt like forever, but it was probably a solid 5-6 seconds of just
That
nothing.
speaks volumes.
And I'm like, bro, right now they're all going, do we cut away? Do we stop?
You
like,
know the
because
the producer.
you know if something's serious, they cut away. They don't show it. Like,
the
it's
producer
gone.
had to be like, y'all gotta say something.
Yeah,
you
come
know?
on,
Like, y'all
come on.
gotta say something.
Yeah.
right now. Yeah,
It was wild.
crazy.
So definitely glad that Priest seems to be okay. Obviously out of the hospital. That's a huge victory. Even if he's got, some lingering injuries, it seems to be relatively minor at this stage. But definitely
We'll
hoping,
find out. I mean, they haven't announced anything.
Yeah,
so we'll
definitely
see.
hoping the best for him.
Wouldn't
for sure.
wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't miss a couple races. He's out of the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Take the time
no,
you need.
No point. to risk it.
They drivers hit hard at Darlington. It's a
There's
rough
no point,
track.
bro. You're in SHR. Like it's fine. Just take a break.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. All right, so let's move on to playoffs. So I will read through the drivers that are going to be in the playoffs. We'll kind of talk about that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pick who we think is going to be out in the first round. So pick 4 drivers. So starting off, and I will say the entire field is 36 points apart from each other, so it's already pretty close. All right, so we got William Byron, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Buescher,
Whoa, wait a minute. Christopher Buescher starting fourth?
fourth.
Ooh.
Yes. Kyle
He
Busch.
gonna go deep.
Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse, Kevin Harvick, Bubba Wallace. So, anybody got picks on who they think is going to be out first? First 4 drivers.
It's a competitive field, especially seeing the momentum a lot of these drivers have had the past couple weeks. I'd honestly feel comfortable saying that just the 4 that are on the bubble right now are going to be the ones out.
I'm exactly the same.
I'm comfortable
Looking at
saying
the top 12, it's a toss up. Any of them guys could move forward, but the bottom 4 for me,
yeah.
Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse, Kevin Harvick, Bubba Wallace. Kevin Harvick maybe, but
Yeah.
I would maybe trade Harvick for maybe Reddick. That's it.
That's
Yeah,
Because
I
Reddick
think that's
hasn't
a
been
good-
hot lately.
I think that's a good mix, but I also kind of think that, I mean, like you said, McDowell, like he's had the consistency to like at least the last couple of weeks. So it's like, and like we were talking about
What's
at Daytona,
what's
I
the
picked
3 races that's coming up? It's Darlington.
Darlington.
I don't remember.
I'll pull it up.
Okay.
But like anyway, I know he's had that momentum the last couple of months, which is great.
Darlington,
But-
Kansas, and Bristol.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh, you know who won Bristol last year?
McDowell or
Bushy,
Buescher.
Busher.
Buescher.
Buescher. But I would say the bottom 4. Just quick touch. I mean, good for Bubba for making the playoffs. I mean, good
Yeah.
for him. He raced hard at Daytona and placed well enough. And yeah, first playoffs of his career. So,
Who, Bubba?
yeah,
Yeah.
Is it really?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
first one.
first playoffs of his career.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, dang.
yeah.
be that
But,
shocked.
but
Hey, but he only
good.
won because Chase Elliott and Bowman missed so many races.
I mean,
Yeah,
take it when
you ever hear
can.
that conversation? Dale Jr. won his first race. Dale Jr. said, well, who wasn't there? And he said, Dale Jr. said, oh, well, the normal guy that wins all the races wasn't there. He's like, well, did you really win?
Rude.
I mean,
Savage.
per the points, per Chase's average, he would have made it. And Bowman.
yeah. So
But
Nate,
they
what,
missed too many races.
Nate, what you think?
So I think I'm pretty much with Jake there. You know, congratulations to Bubba and everything, but honestly, the way he was handling when they were going 3 wide, that lane just really fell behind. And I mean, at this point, it's like you have to really prove yourself. And I don't think he's gonna be really a contender in the playoffs. I think it's gonna be Bubba. I will go with Ricky Stenhouse. I will go with probably Ryan Blaney. You know, even though I want to see him run
Ryan
well.
Blaney out?
I think he's gonna be
Yo,
one
wait
of
till
the
you
first
hear
ones
mine.
out. It's just my picks and Tyler Reddick.
That's wild.
Megan shook.
You wildin',
She
bro.
out here behind the camera like, dang.
Moms for Blaney over here.
Moms
Upset.
for Blaney. Jake said moms for Blaney, and she's like,
Got all flustered.
yes.
All right, so I think Bubba's gonna make it in. I think he's gonna have a real shot at Kansas. I really do.
Ooh,
I was
that's
thinking
a
that.
good
I think
point.
he's
I
gonna
didn't
have a
think
great
about
shot
that.
at
thinking about
Kansas.
wait, who?
Bubba
Dude,
at Kansas.
dude, I think you're
I think
on
Kevin
right there.
Harvick. I think Kevin Harvick's gonna get out. Just it is what it is. He's gonna race good, but I don't
Stuart
think
Haas
he's
is
gonna
so
make it.
far off,
SHR.
bro.
Yeah,
it's
too
nothing he
far.
can do, bro.
Yeah.
Stenhouse, same idea. McDowell, I think he's gonna make it in. I agree. I think
Ooh.
Blaney's gonna be out.
You think
Ooh.
Stenhouse is gonna make it in?
Matt's just saying
I
that
think
spite.
no. McDowell.
McDowell, he
McDowell's
said-
gonna at least move on to the round of 12.
Oh,
Fords are
okay,
too
okay,
hot.
okay.
Fords are too hot.
I
Right.
got you.
I definitely see Blaney.
I
falling
think
out.
oh man, you make some good points here.
And man, it's really hard to pick the last one. I want to jump on that Tyler Reddick bandwagon that he's going to be out because he's just him and his crew have not been meshing.
So we
So
can.
I'd say Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Stenhouse, and Kevin Harvick are going to be out. Round of
Okay.
The only good thing with Tyler Reddick, he has 9 points.
All right.
Starting off with 9 points.
what about
that's nice.
what about you, DJ?
Well, Jake hasn't gone yet. Oh no, he did.
No,
okay.
Dick-
I did.
Yeah,
I,
just-
I
So,
agree with Jeff. We're
yeah,
pretty
I,
much
I
done.
will say I think Ricky Stenhouse for sure. I'm going to say Kevin Harvick as well. I think Tyler Reddick, and just to keep things interesting,
Don't
I'm
say
a-
Brad.
I'm going to say Kyle Busch.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
Cowboys out?
Yeah,
What?
Done, bro.
Oh my god,
Nah,
this guy
bro.
clowning over here.
Hey, babe, we can
Kyle,
all agree.
Hold on. Here's
bro,
the
you're
only
lucky
reason.
Lewis ain't here.
I know he is. But here's
Lewis,
the thing.
Lewis has something to say.
No, I'm sure he does. He always does.
Kuzman
no, my
picks,
thing-
picks also that Kevin Harvick makes it and Blaney's out. And
Yep.
then pretty much the rest of the bottom.
So
four.
my
Whoa.
thing with Kyle Busch is he just hasn't recently he's falling apart.
saving the stuff, bro.
He might be,
That's
or he might be just falling
Yeah,
apart.
but
at the wrong
he's
time.
got 20 points of cushion right there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
cushion,
it is,
bro.
but I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to make something.
Was that supposed to be a pun for Kyle Busch?
Why would that be a pun?
Cushion.
You're so dumb.
My gosh.
Cushion. Cushion.
Stop.
Think about it.
Stop. We're trying to be a respectable podcast.
He needs more
Respectable
cushion.
podcast. He's more cushion.
No, like if I was being realistic, I would say I'd probably go with Blaney. Blaney is probably be that other one. But
Can you say your four again?
so if realistically, McDowell out. I think that's what I said. McDowell, Stenhouse, Reddick, and Blaney.
So we all at least agree that one of the two 2311 cars is going to be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, did I say
I think-
Bubba?
I don't know,
man.
I don't
Bubba's
remember
been-
which one.
Bubba's
That's
been
it.
actually running pretty good lately. I
After
don't
what
know.
Matt had to say, yeah, I think it's a toss up between Bubba or Reddick, but I
They
do
this
think one of
every
them.
week. They always pick my picks.
That
every
is
week.
not even true, bro.
100%.
That's why I'm losing.
Who?
Everyone.
Bruh. That is not.
I
even
always-
true.
really good picks. Yeah,
We're
I
not,
like that.
I'm
No,
gonna,
I'm not.
pick your
this
picks.
isn't even
That's why
having
I'm
to do with
losing and you're
fancy.
winning. Like,
I'm just saying that one of the two 2311 cars is a toss up. But I think one of them will make it, one of them won't. For sure.
I don't think both will make a deep playoff run.
no.
I don't think they'll make a deep playoff run, but I think at least one of them will make it to the
I
round
was
of
going to
12.
make it to top 4. What are you talking about? He's going to
I
pull
mean,
a
hey,
Daniel
look.
Hemrick. Not
Hey.
win a race until the last race.
But you said Bubba has a shot at Kansas.
He does.
And then
That's a good point.
Bubba's also won at Talladega.
I don't know, man. Brad's probably almost certain to be knocked out this round.
Don't say that.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, if he would stop pushing his teammate to the win instead of
Busher,
getting.
hey, Busher's
You know
won
what?
where? Daytona?
That
Where else?
little push right there got
Hey,
him
we
to top
didn't we
4.
didn't talk
It
about
did.
the finish at Daytona, but that was respectable
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Big
Oh, yeah.
brain.
Where did Busher win his races? Talladega or Daytona?
Bristol.
This year.
Oh, Michigan is a short track.
The road course. What was the other road course? Was the other one?
No. Was it?
But
He's had 3 wins.
He won. Didn't he win Indy?
Yeah.
Did he?
Hold on.
No, he went back to back.
No,
somewhere.
Byron was Indy, I think.
it was Michigan and then the one after that,
don't
which I
remember
don't remember which one it
Michael
was.
McDowell won Indy.
It was Michigan
yeah.
and the one
Richmond.
is the one he said.
Richmond.
Yeah, it's the one.
That's why we're confused because
And
it's
now
not a short
Daytona.
track.
It's
Well,
the one he
if I-
said races like
If
Nashville.
I use Matt's logic, he'll probably win Kansas because
Why
I
not?
mean Michigan and Kansas or Richmond and Kansas race the same.
They're
They look
virtually
the
the same. They're virtually the same. So okay,
and they're both like Nashville, so
all right, pretty much.
It says Super Speedway, okay?
All right, so
Yo,
let's,
hey, did you guys see Ross's Nashville win shirt?
No.
no.
Oh, bro, that thing baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the line was like freaking ridiculous. I wanted to get
yeah,
one.
of course Jake tried to buy. Jake was
I
like,
was thinking about it. And I was like, all
right,
I ain't
so,
waiting that long.
Let's move on to our. Do we have a Kuzman question?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you said you had one. So we're moving on to our Kuzman and Friends question of the week. If you guys have a question that you want us to answer on the show, just submit it to us, and if we like it, we'll put it in the show. So, Jake.
All right. Question is, with the news of GMS shutting down, which is, hold on, first off, wild that completely got drowned out in all this week's craziness.
I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah, GMS truck team is shutting down. Where do you think Enfinger could end up? I'm thinking either KBM Trucks or Junior and Xfinity.
Where does Enfinger end up?
I think he's part-time this year, right? Isn't he part-time? Or was
he
that last year?
He was part time. I think it was last year.
I'll be honest, I don't have a clue.
Dude, I have no idea.
I think he's
I
gonna stay
don't
safe.
think he goes to Xfinity because he
Nope.
is not. He's good. He's like Austin Dillon. He's good for one a year in trucks.
Yep.
yeah.
Austin Dillon good for one a year in Cup. Enfinger seems to be peaked out at one a year in trucks. That's just kind of what he does. So maybe another team that's similar to GMS. I don't think JRM.
When does Haley Deegan's contract end?
Not soon enough.
There's talk. I read
You watch
I
your
read
mouth.
something about
No,
her
honest-
going to SHR and Xfinity.
I hope so, bro. I think she'll be good in Xfinity.
Yeah.
Honestly, the
I think
trucks.
so.
Everybody drives like such dogs, bro, and she's not really like that.
Well, think of how many times she gets wrecked. Like she's just driving. Now, granted, she's in a bad
Yeah.
position.
That's just the trucks. Everybody wrecks everybody in the trucks.
Yeah. But
That junk look like iRacing out there. Everybody's
I don't
wrecking
get-
everybody.
I don't
Go
get
give 2 crabs.
opportunities. I don't get opportunities like Matt or Jake to watch it
I
every
guess
single
I'll-
week.
I'll
But
just say
every
Thor.
race that I have, well, I mean, because they have their own like league for it
Yeah,
and stuff
true.
like that. But like
I mean, you know.
I've seen enough truck races this year where she has run good and just
I missed them all.
get wrecks. I don't know, or at least
I
over
don't
the
know.
last couple of years. don't know.
I just think they know they can wreck her and she won't retaliate, so they drive her like a dog, man. They just don't treat her good at all.
yeah.
There's a handful of guys that are like that. They just drive them like crap, and they know they want. People drive Martin Truex really super hard because they know he doesn't retaliate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll just say, okay, I'll go with Thor Sport.
I was kind of on
13.
that same wagon.
Yeah.
I think
Go.
Thor
Didn't
Sport
he
would be
race
the
for
easy
Thor
one.
Sport before
I have no idea.
yeah.
I don't know.
in the '98? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe
Yeah.
not.
Maybe he goes back.
That's what it was. It was when they
it
switched.
won't be a
to-
big team. That's a fact.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
won't be a Gibbs or a Cape. Maybe a KBM. Maybe I guess. Maybe
Who knows?
It
GMS
depends,
was
it
a
depends
shitty
who
team.
leaves KBM.
You know why GMS is shutting down?
No.
IndyCar's so good.
What? So GMS is a Chevy team. GMS.
Oh yeah,
What's his name?
Jimmy.
Gallagher.
I don't know. Sure, let's go with that.
One of the owners of GMS is also an owner of Legacy Motorsports.
Oh.
So with Legacy Motorsports going to Toyota, they cannot have a truck team that's not a Toyota, and Toyota will not give them funding. Heard
Seems
this
to be a
from a pretty
pattern.
good source. They would not give them funding because they already have a truck team that's Toyota. And what is it? Oh man, what's the name of that truck team? They have a truck team that's basically TRD. I mean, they're so closely linked.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know that. I didn't know they had co-owners like that.
yep.
But it makes sense, you know.
Yeah,
Gotta get your funding
if he's an
where you
owner
got.
of Legacy, it makes sense that they'd be switching. So yeah, yeah. So I mean, I guess that's our thoughts on that. So
It's interesting. I heard from some people in the garage. They were really shocked because GMS also has a huge body shop, and they're shutting that down too.
Ooh, that sucks.
Well, a bunch of guys were like, where are we going to buy our stuff from?
Yeah.
Breaking news: points from Daytona are in,
ooh, we got to check.
and I had a bad week.
Just what I needed.
Well, it wasn't like a terrible week. It was just under
and I'm
100.
still in last.
Let's go! This is by far my best super speedway week like ever, bro.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
Jake
pretty
killed
good.
it.
That was
I
pretty
finally
solid.
scored triple digits.
Proud of you.
Dude, Jake
At least-
make up a
at
lot.
least you didn't
made up a
score
lot
10.
of ground.
At least you didn't score 10.
I got most wins. That's going to help me out in the playoffs.
I got a
Yep.
stage one too.
Yeah, I got a stage win.
Dang,
Dang,
Matt beat me
Jake.
on the playoffs.
Oh my! How'd you get 24
I'm on
stage wins?
fire, baby.
Jeez.
Oh,
No,
man.
Matt got 24. I
Oh,
got
Matt,
23.
how'd you get 20? Jeez, you too though.
Matt, we're smoking everybody on stage wins.
Yeah.
bro.
Bro, this year.
Everyone else
it's
is
been
like
different. I think
everyone else
last
is like
year.
14.
No, I told you. Remember I
12,
told you last year.
17
Don't
stage
pick
wins.
Did you count my
pick
stage
stage wins and winners. That's how you make it deep.
Yeah, I got you. With stage one, guys. Hold on.
That's how you make it deep.
We'll
in the
let y'all
playoffs,
meme that
freaking
one.
Weirdos.
We'll let y'all meme that one.
Before.
Kuzman, take care of it.
14-5. I'm just checking to see.
Who had the worst week? Oh, Lewis, 86. Ooh.
I think I'm missing a stage win.
It's because he picked Cowbush.
Did I?
Do
No,
you?
Didn't
Yeah, everyone else had a pretty similar week. Me, Lewis,
Brad?
Lindsay,
Had,
DJ.
Brad had a stage win, didn't he?
You
Yes.
already had 13.
Megan did really good.
I don't know.
No, last week I had 14.
Nah, bro, I did really good.
Bro,
Forget
any-
about Megan.
anything-
139, that's weak.
I could be
Eddie-
wrong,
bro.
It didn't- whatever.
Hey, look,
Just-
if
I'm in
I
dead
break
last, it
100
really
at
makes no
Super
difference,
Speedway,
so-
I'm usually pretty
So
happy.
since I finished first in our playoffs, I get like an extra 50 points, like some kind
Absolutely.
of
For
wild
next
bonus
year?
like that. No, for playoffs.
Absolutely not.
You get bonus
I
points.
got all the
Listen,
formula written
Y'all,
on the note.
y'all are
I
not
gotta-
I think I
allowed
get more
to
points.
come up with another type of way for us
No,
to
no,
get
no, no.
points. Last time we
All-
did that,
all
Jeff
I'm
got
gonna-
150 points and everyone else got nothing.
Whatever I do is going to make sure Jeff gets minus 150 points.
If your name starts
That
with
junk
Jeff.
was terrible. We might just skip the All-Star race next year.
It was great
You know
on
what?
paper.
I'm not gonna lie, it was so much fun, like planning all that out and like thinking about it. But then it like happened, and it was like, okay, well this sucks.
I had the best time.
I'm sure you did.
Picked
I
one
think,
driver and smoked the field.
Going forward, I think, especially throughout the playoffs, I'll start dropping all the spreadsheet of the playoffs on our Twitter if you want to watch, if you want to follow along.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds good.
So let's start to kind of wrap things up. So next week we start our
Yep.
the playoffs, and we go to
We
Darlington.
go back to Darlington, watch him go real fast.
Real
Yep.
fast,
So
real lift.
look for Darlington's the one with the stripe, right? Darlington
Yeah,
stripe.
yeah,
Darlington
yeah.
Stripes.
Yep.
The
So
lady in black.
So we'll
Southern
probably
500, man. This is a crown jewel.
Crown
This one-
jewel.
okay, yeah, it is
Eric
this one.
Jones Knight.
Yeah, that's a long race. 500 miles at Darlington.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, in this August heat. Ooh,
It-
boy.
it-
That junk hot. Bro. What time is it starting?
You know
I was gonna
what?
say, I
Hold
forget.
on.
Is this a night race
Isn't
or
there
a
a tropical
regular or day
depression
race?
I think
coming
it's a
up
night
this
race.
way?
Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
It might get up in
Wait,
North
wait.
Carolina
Can
about
we
that
talk
time.
about how much of a meme NASCAR is? The racetrack that it rains out every year got zero rain, while NASCAR's had more races impacted by rain than any year before.
That's
This is
pretty
literally
funny.
a joke, bro.
It has to be.
That's actually
That's
a
hilarious.
really good
We
point.
paid in advance for all the rain delays, so that Daytona was covered.
Yeah, they paid.
They saw
for it.
how it
Southern
ended last
Southern
week, so-
500 next week, 6 p.m. Dude, that junk gonna be 4 hours long.
Oh.
Is it
That's
Saturday
that's
or Sunday?
grind. Sunday.
Oh.
We're off Monday. Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
Labor Day, right?
Oh, yeah, we might
Yeah.
be. Okay,
we're off.
cool.
We're off that Monday.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Midnight podcast.
Nice.
Let's go.
Dude, that's gonna be late.
Late one.
Oh,
Nate,
Probably
take a nap
wrap up.
earlier,
hey,
right?
Kuzma,
Probably wrap up recording at 1 a.m.
Yeah, probably. Kuzman said he's got an idea for next year's fantasy league. He's gonna message us later and talk to us about it.
All right.
Bro, is
100%.
Kuzman going to be a part of our fans?
To be honest,
Next year.
So yeah,
Hey,
I
let's
think,
go.
Kuzman, we are kind of working on something. We don't know how it's gonna work, so we'll.
You get bonus points for every question you submit.
If you do, so it's really
He's just
hard the
gonna
way
start
we do
sending.
our fantasy league. If you don't start at the beginning of the year, if you are committed and want to do it, you can be a part. Just shoot me a DM and we'll start at the beginning of the year with everybody.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, so
No money, just pride.
Literally just trash
Bragging
talking
rights.
rights.
Yep, that's
Not
it.
a bragging right. Not
So,
bragging rights.
All right, you
trash
guys want
talking.
to say anything before we hit the road?
No, man, Daytona was it was a blast.
Once
Ready for
I won't say a
February.
once in a lifetime experience because
Oh, yeah.
we'll have the opportunity to do this a bunch more times. Actually, as much as we want, which I don't know, not as much as they want because they. I will say it was funny with Mario before we left. Mario's like, "Oh, cool, man! Thanks for all the help, all that." And he kind of looks at, he's like, "See you guys Monday afternoon." It was like, bro, I'm freaking dead over here.
All right.
But
So yeah, so I again, we don't have music because we're kind of rolling with problems. So Jeff, so thank you guys.
Thank
I'm
you
just
for
gonna let
everything, guys.
If you see us on social, like us, share, subscribe,
Flag.
do all that stuff because
I have to catch my breath.
all right, we out, y'all. See you later.
Cats.